I hit this button before we talk about all the good stuff and it doesn't get recorded.
Yeah. Look, good stuff. Like you falling asleep while I'm waiting for you.
Yeah. Listen, kids be needy. I'm also needy. Needy of sleep.
No, then we should make this a short one, right?
Well, I feel like we've cheated for the past couple months. Like, all right, quick.
It's not cheating. It's a format change.
Oh, okay, sorry. A format change.
We're adapting to the audience.
Sorry.
We don't have Josh sitting in his truck listening to them anymore.
No. So now I'm just like, all right, let's spit this one out real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Things are different now. Oh, well. Happy election day.
John's working a real office job now. He's got to actually think all day. It makes him tired.
Yeah. I'm exhausted. I am absolutely exhausted every day.
And Canadian election day, yes. Today while we're recording. We'll see if it's happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, did you vote?
I early voted, yes.
You early voted, okay.
Yep.
I on time voted.
Which means today.
Today, yeah. It was very quick. Like in and out in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, mine was too. But with the early voting that I did, it was on the holiday Friday, Easter.
Mm-hmm.
So tons of people were off. So it was actually pretty busy, but I just got lucky that they had it divided up by my area. And then alphabetically, they had like, the first letter of the alphabet, the last letter of the alphabet thing by last name. And my line, there was nobody, but the other line, there was like 30 people, 20 people, something like that waiting.
Yeah, because you divided up by like neighborhood kind of thing. Right?
It was by neighborhood, but then the neighborhood was subdivided by alphabet letter of last name.
Oh,
first letter of last name. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep. Okay. Just got lucky. Yeah, so I was in and out.
Very nice. We have been trying to make an example of like taking the kids and like explaining what we're doing and why we're doing it. So hopefully that will breed into them.
Yeah, my daughter was preaching to me tonight about one of the candidates because she had heard mommy talking about one of the candidates.
Oh. You got told, did you?
No, it was all like, wow, I'm proud of you for actually knowing something that's going on. Like she remembered Peter Poilievre's name and she remembered like some stuff Cynthia had said about him. Like, I can't remember what it was exactly. Yeah. Hopefully it was something positive, but
yeah, there's a lot of that going on. But oh well, everyone just put your heads down and go do your civic duty and we move on.
Let's see how it works out. Yep.
Exactly. Well, good job for voting.
Yay. You too.
If you're listening and you voted, good job.
Yes. I'm sure Kevin voted.
I'm sure many people have voted.
Wow. If you've been listening to Richard Fandango, he was pretty opinionated too. And yeah.
Well, that's good. I appreciate the opinions. I'm not as well read on things as I should be, but I enjoy hearing people's opinions. For the most part.
I've been more than moderately obsessed.
More than moderately obsessed.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a problem. Pretty much every night before bed, I'm scrolling TikTok and checking what's new and what's the latest thing Trump said and what's going on with our candidates. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then research things every once in a while because, you can't always believe what you see, but then once in a while it's like, oh,
did that actually? Is that a thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's great.
Well, before we start arguing about politics, we shall move on. What's new? I haven't spoken to you in a month. ...
I messaged you about something I did. I fixed a Super Nintendo game cartridge.
Hey.
I don't have it beside me, but it's in a box over there. But it's a UN Squadron that I got from James, Retro Pixel. It was in with his like broken stuff. He's
Mhm.
like, "Hey, if you can do something with this, great." So I've had it for don't know 3 years now, 5 years. I don't remember. No, it was after COVID. It was when I got the arcade machine. I think. No,
It's
it was
been a
before that.
while. He
It was
gave that stuff
before
to you a
that.
long time ago.
So when I got the handhelds, so it's been a
Yeah.
long time. Anyway, I finally got around to looking at it because I've been this guy popped up on TikTok that's a Canadian console repair guy, and he started going through troubleshooting an NES cartridge, and I saw another one of him fixing an SNES cartridge, and I'm like, yeah, okay, fine, I want to do it too. And he gave some of the methods he was using. I'm like, yeah, I can use that too for this one. So I popped the game cartridge apart, cleaned up all the pins with some Brasso, even though you're not supposed to use Brasso, but I don't care because this cartridge is already broken. And then
Yeah.
started tracing wires and doing testing with the multimeter to see if there's continuity between where I expect the wire to be going and the actual connector. I have tested the cartridge before in a console and it does not work. It did not work. So I did that and then tracked down which pins were bad and wrote them down. It was like 4, 11, 15, 16, I think, something like that. Maybe it was one more. But then I tried to trace down where on the board the damage was. And of course, it's right where the plastic shell closes on the connector.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
like it's been rubbing, or maybe someone hit it hard, or I don't know what, but it wore right through all those pins. So I scraped away the like paint that's over top of the connectors, and I
Yeah.
could see the damage. And then I soldered a very thin wire over top of it, and tested it out, and it worked great.
Nice.
Yeah,
Very
repaired.
nice.
I mean, it's not an elegant repair, but it's repaired.
As long as if it works and
Yeah,
yeah.
and it also proves that the ROM chip works. So I could technically buy a different board and swap the ROM chip if I really wanted to. I don't want
True.
to.
True. That's cool.
I'll probably just sell the game super cheap and be like, just put a label on it saying it was repaired. And
Yeah.
if it goes back into usage,
I
that's
mean,
all that
it's not
matters.
Unit Squadron's not a cheap game.
$40 loose.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
still pretty good.
Yep.
I feel like that was more at one point.
I think you're right. I was thinking
Okay.
the same thing when I looked it up. I was like, I swear this game used
I
to be
swear
worth
that was
more.
one that I remember a lot of people
Yep. I,
wanting it being.
I agree. I'm thinking like 2018, 2015. I don't remember.
Hmm.
I'm checking it because, of course, I have to.
Of course you have to. No, no, no. Just make a blanket statement.
2021, it was, oh no, that's still not high. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't look bad. It was right now it's 29.99 US. No, it's 27 US, and it was 35 at its peak in 2021.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
Yeah, maybe it's the inbox. No, the box is only it's only $110 in box, so it's not even
Maybe
that
my
much.
opinion of what's expensive has changed.
That's probably also true.
Yeah.
In 2023, it was $178 US in box, but that's dropped way down.
Mhm.
Not sure why.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's not bad. Can't complain.
no. Good for you. That's way more work than I would put into a cartridge.
It was fun.
I
I'm glad I did it.
You've got the experience now.
Mhm,
One more thing I
mhm.
can make you do for me.
That's true. Yep. Too bad you have no dead cartridges to repair,
True.
because you usually throw them out.
Back to the garbage where you came from. Yeah. Well,
What
what
you do.
else? Man, all I do is work. All I do is work, work, work. Isn't that a song? That's a song.
I've been doing some 3D printing.
Yes, you've been
Three-
doing
I
some and 3D printing for me too.
I did 3D print something for you. It just finished this morning, was it? Or last night? Yesterday? I forget. It was
Last night, I
yesterday.
think was the text I got. Yeah.
Yeah. So you messaged me with, "Hey, can you 3D print this for me?" And it was a 3D glasses holder for your Sony 3D
Samsung.
TV, Samsung 3D TV. I think I'd hold 6 pairs of glasses, which is quite a lot. And I'm like, yeah, it looks simple enough. Like it's not a complicated model. There's no support material, no overhangs, anything like that. So I pop it on my 3D printer model, like in the software, and I'm like, holy crap, that thing's big. Almost took up the whole, at least like one dimension of width or length.
Wow.
But and sometimes when you get things that are that big and they're flat, you can have where the one corner will lift up and it won't stick down,
Mhm.
or the printer head will not be level and it won't stay connected onto the surface, so you'll have a bad spot somewhere.
Yeah.
Luckily, that didn't happen on the first try at all, so that was good.
Very nice.
Yeah, yeah, and then 65% through the print, the plastic ran out. So
So did you
instead of
get
getting an all black thing, Josh gets black with clear on top.
Hey, whatever.
It's not very clear. It's kind of like
Like an opaque.
vaguely, yeah,
Yeah.
but still looks pretty cute, cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have
If
to,
anybody ever watched this on YouTube, I'd share pictures of it, but I don't think it's worth the effort.
probably not. What, did you get a notification that it ran out of filament, or did you
I
just happen
woke
to
up in
see
the
it?
morning and checked on it because it was supposed to still be going.
Okay.
And when I checked on it, it said it was paused. So my printer has a run out detector. If the filament runs out, it'll pause the
Okay.
print right where it is, and then you can reload it and it'll resume.
Okay. That's
Yes.
good.
If the power had gone out at that point or anywhere in there, it would have failed because I wouldn't have had it. There's no backup of that.
Okay, you can't, like you'd have to reset it. You can't reset it to, like, where current progress, like
Think you'd have to manually edit the code that it's following to figure out where. Well, you have to figure out where it is, and then manually edit the code. Yeah, it's not fun.
no, doesn't sound fun at all.
You know.
Cool. Well, nothing a piece little Coda spray paint won't fix.
Yeah, or it might look
It might
fine
look
as it
cool
is
too,
when you put
yeah.
the glasses in. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. Is once you put the glasses in there, it might actually look cool.
true.
Um, yeah. I also 3D printed a Hot Wheels display for my son. He's got about 22 Hot Wheels cars that he's just been collecting randomly. So I printed out this hexagon modular display for it, where it's just a hexagon pattern on the wall of like crisscross.
Yeah.
And then you can attach multiple of them together. And they're like, I don't know, what is it? Like 8 inches by 6 inches or something like that. And then you just lay them on, mount them to the wall. And then there's the little hexagons with stands on them that you put in the slots and arrange it however you want to put the cars in. And when I was doing it, I realized that some of his cars have different size wheelbases, like front wheel to back wheel
Yeah.
distances.
Mhm.
So I took the guy's design and I modified them to make smaller ones. And then I uploaded those ones for anybody else to use if they want. So he had like a 50 millimeter spacing, and I made a 40 and a 30 to fit my son's cars.
Cool.
Mhm. And printed
Love
off
it.
all the ones we needed. I still haven't mounted on the wall yet. It's on the kitchen table right now for me to rearrange because I just finished the last thing before I started year print.
Do they all, like, snap together, or do you have to just, like, mount them together?
It snaps decently in most of them, but a couple of them I noticed were loose, so I'm probably just gonna put some super glue on it and it'll be fine.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. It's mostly snapped together. Just some of them were a little looser, and I wonder if that's just like a tweaking problem when I pulled it off when it was still warm or something like that. Yeah.
Cool, cool.
Mhm. I
I have,
also had my yep.
no, go ahead.
Okay. One more 3D print. I also had my brother message me, and he was messaging me about the randomest stuff. It was someone had taken like a Bobcat skid steer with the tracks,
Yeah.
and they converted it into a forklift and sent this to me on Facebook Marketplace. I'm like, that's cool, but obviously it's expensive. But then he said, even cooler is look on the wall behind it. And the guy had this like neon check engine light on the wall. I'm
Oh.
like, that's pretty cool. I could make that no problem. He's like,
Right.
really? So I started 3D printing it like right there and sent him a picture. And then I reiterated on it a few times. I started out with just a big chunk of red plastic because I had red loaded.
Yeah.
Um, and it looks cool, but it's not lit up or anything like that. So then I tried making it thinner and then printed it again, and it still wasn't really working how I wanted it. I was going to put the lights on the back shining through, but
Mhm.
they didn't shine through enough. So even thinner, it didn't shine through enough. So then I looked up a YouTube tutorial on the best way to hollow out a 3D model. And of course, it was terrible. It's basically just, yeah, draw some squares inside of it and hollow it out. I'm like, thanks for nothing.
Perfect, thank you.
I was hoping there was a tool that would do it automatically. But anyway, I hollowed it out, then split the front off. So it's like a cover that goes over front on the front, and then put a notch in it for a wire to come in. And then I put LED strip inside. So now
Okay.
it's got a red LED strip. The LEDs aren't far enough apart, aren't close enough to each other, but it works fine. Doesn't look amazing, but I have a picture of that too. But yeah, so I made two of those for him, and then he's like, my friend Mike would want one too. I'm like, you suck. So of course I made one for his friend too, because I'm too nice. And yeah, I would present that to you, show you what it looks like. And then I still have the other ones that are like partly done, and I was thinking of drilling holes out in them to put LEDs in. So this is the one
Oh,
with
yeah.
the front that comes off, which is way better. But uh, I want to make a variation on it and and make the one with the holes drilled in it instead.
Yeah, cool.
And then I'll use up those scrap ones that I made with those. 'Cause I have tons of LEDs laying around anyway, white and red.
You have a spare electronics just laying around? I don't.
Mhm. Yep, like half a garage full.
Yeah. Yeah.
You were saying?
I'm being yelled at. Hold on a second.
Oh, I'm gonna pause the recording.
So, can you hear her?
No, I can't hear anything.
Okay.
Is she yelling about Nicolas Cage?
No, not yet.
She still hasn't found them.
Nope.
I can't hear her.
That's okay. So, the, speaking of our friend Nicolas Cage, it has taken over my office.
Oh, in what way?
So, you printed me this Nicolas Cage octopus thing,
Yep.
so I put that on my desk, and that's everyone's kinda looked at it like, "What the heck is that?" So, it's gone around the office that I like Nicolas Cage. And then you also printed me some little Nicolas Cage heads
Mhm.
that go on valve stems.
Yeah.
And so I, may or may not have put some on some coworkers' cars. But
What'd
I've
you
been
do with
s
the valve caps you pulled off?
I keep them. Keep them on my desk.
Okay.
So, the I put one on my coworker's car, and they noticed within a day, I got a text message saying, "What the heck is this?" Alright, fine. It's just funny. And so then they have a friend who works there, and so I waited a couple of days where they had talked about it, and then I put one on the friend's car. That person didn't find out until a week later that it had been put on because they just didn't look at
Okay.
because it comes up like, "Oh, look, this is on the valve stem." And then everyone checks their cars. So I have to space it out so they're not all at the same time.
Mhm.
So put one on that one, and then a few days later, I put one on another coworker's car, and then, just slowly rolling out. And then eventually it's gotten out that I have a bag of these 3D printed at my desk. And so people are coming to my desk saying, "Hey, can I get one of those? I'm going to put it on so and so's car." And so 50% of the vehicles right now at the office have Nicolas Cage valve stems.
We're gonna have to get like Nicolas Cage truck nuts or something.
Yeah,
Change it
yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah. You should do that. That'd be hilarious. So it's
Mm.
it's been quite the entertaining thing to keep us going.
Oh my god.
Still going. I still have a few at my desk. I'm running out.
Well, I don't have Nicolas Cage truck nuts as an option for anything anyone's already made. Doesn't mean I can't make it.
Take 2 of them and then create a chain. It goes between the 2 of them.
I was thinking the head and then the
Yeah.
nuts below it.
Ah, I gotcha. Make that as the hold on. I'm getting an idea. Put it
There is a Nicolas
as
Cage head, long legs, on Thingiverse, which is just a head with legs.
oh, okay. You should do that as like a hitch cover,
Yeah. Yeah.
one that can pop into a hitch. That
Yeah.
I would take one of those if you're looking.
That's a lot more plastic.
Of
Do you know
course
what
it
the
is.
funniest hitch cover I've seen is? Hitch cover with a mini trailer hitch on it. It's hilarious. It looks so good, especially when it's printed in the right colors, like just
That's funny.
black and then the ball is silver.
That's funny. So,
Yeah.
well, what else?
I did my wife and I had a parent-kid date night where she took one kid, I took another kid.
Okay.
So she went with my daughter uptown Waterloo. My daughter had won a $100 gift card, I think I said back at Halloween time for a Halloween contest we went to downtown or uptown.
I don't
Um,
remember if I heard that.
it was a
Maybe?
random draw Halloween
Okay.
costume contest. She didn't win it because of being the best. She just won
Yeah.
it because they put names in a hat, which is still cool.
Yeah.
Um, it was the vampire night thing that they had.
Okay.
I swear you remember it, but maybe I didn't say
Maybe.
it. Anyway, they've been waiting to use the gift card. Finally, the weather was nice, so they went down there and got some bubble tea and some candy, and they went out for dinner together. And then I took my son, and we went to Bingham's. Actually, first we went to McDonald's because he wanted the McDonald's Minecraft toys,
Yeah.
not the Happy Meal, but the adult one because
The adult
he's
one,
big
yeah,
enough to
because
get
it's
a
got
Big Mac.
collectibles and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's almost got all of those. He's been trading with friend at work or school at work. Uh,
We
he's got
start 'em
one left to
young.
get. Yeah, yeah, exactly. He's got one left to get there still. And we went to Bingaman's afterward and did the arcade, just the
Okay.
arcade. We spent $30 on a card and just went around doing fun stuff at the arcade. Um, there was a lot of broken machines, but we complained and got our money back for those. But there was nothing too interesting or exciting. He kept wanting to play claw machines, but I'm like, they're a big waste of time, big waste of money.
Kids
The
love the
claw
claw
machines
machines,
are
man. They
getting so
love them.
popular these days. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Uniclaw in town isn't a bad deal. It's still not great, but it wasn't a bad deal.
Yeah.
My daughter got a $50 gift card for her birthday, and we went with that, and she ended up coming home with like 6 stuffies, I think.
Oh, wow.
And there is a trade-in program, but they kind of price it, the guy told us when we were there, they kind of price it for people who are trying to get something, that you go to one machine that's really cheap and keep playing and playing and playing to get a bunch of them as like trade fodder.
Mhm.
So you get a bunch of these mushroom guys and you trade them in and try and get something bigger that you couldn't get on the machines
Oh, okay.
that they have on the
They try to
wall. It's like, yeah,
equal out the cost a bit. Yeah.
it's kind of silly, but she just wanted the cute stuffies. So we just went to all the machines that had cute stuffies, which were the more expensive machines, and we got the ones that she wanted from those. She was thrilled. And they also have like a mini shopping cart for the
Okay.
kid to
So you
push
can
around
carry
to
them
put their
around.
stuffies
Yeah.
in, and a little mini handheld cart to put your money in, your
Oh,
coins,
okay. Yeah, yeah.
because they give you tokens. So it's cool. My son even had a thrill there too. He loved it. Uh,
Is that
he
the one
just
on
wished he had
University?
money. Yeah, the one University
Okay.
have. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, University
There's
Plaza.
also, like, a little at Conestoga Mall, right beside
Mhm.
Sport Chek, there's one there now too. A claw,
I've heard
little
that
claw.
one's a bit more rip off, but I don't know for sure. My kids
Okay.
just, I think they went there with my mother-in-law or my parents. I don't remember. I think it was like parents. Anyway, they said it wasn't as good. I don't think they won anything or they won one stuffy or something, but they didn't spend as much money either, but still,
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah, you
seem
gotta
as
spend the
good.
money. Spend the
Mhm,
money to do that.
mhm. Yeah,
Well,
so
cool.
that was fun. We need to do that with the kids more often. They both enjoyed it, and it's nice to take them separately and do things with
Yeah.
them so they get
Yeah.
attention, and then swap every once in a while too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds fun. We, we did something as a family instead.
Mm.
uh, so my wife's birthday was mid-April, and we don't go away very often at all. Like, the amount of times we've gone away as a family for vacation, just the 4 of us,
Mhm.
like, less I'm gonna say less than 5 in the past 10 years. Less than 3, probably, actually.
Yeah.
So and every time we've gone away, it hasn't been like, "Okay, we're going for a weekend," or "We're going away" it's like, "Okay, we're going away and we're gonna stay at a hotel because like, my wife is doing, like, a run in Toronto, so we stay at a hotel the night before kinda thing. It's
Yeah.
not going and hanging out and just, like, mini vacation. We haven't really done that. So, my wife said for her birthday, all she wanted to do was just go away for the weekend and just
Without you
take a
guys.
break without a yeah. I mean, she
Just, "I
probably
wanna
would have
go
had
away.
fun
I wanna
like
get
that
out of
too.
here."
Yeah, get out of here. So, um, I was watching on, when I had booked for, the Toronto Game Expo, I signed up for, booking.com, which is just
Okay.
an app, website, whatever, you can get stuff.
Yep.
And
Heard
so
of it.
one night, like, my wife and I were just looking through booking.com because we had an idea, and I found a deal where it was a 2-night stay at the Ramada in Niagara Falls
Okay.
for I think it was, like, $200 for 2 nights, so
Okay.
$100 a night. I was like, "That's a
Yeah.
really good deal for a hotel room
Especially
in
for Niagara
Niagara."
Falls. Yeah.
Yeah. So I said, "Let's go to Niagara for your birthday," and she's like, "Okay, that's fine." So we went there. I took Friday off work. My wife works a half day. We pulled the kids out of school early, and then we drove down to Niagara for the weekend, and we had a really great time. And this is my secret. If you're listening, all you listeners out there, um, Niagara, like off season, is the way to go. Like holy smokes, the difference is mind boggling. How much better of a time we had. Um, So we got there Friday night. There's a really good Mexican place, uh, right there. It was like a 5-minute drive from the hotel. So we got there, we ate. The kids actually ate the food, like didn't complain about it. Had nachos and they had like pico de gallo on it and some salsa and some other stuff that I would assume that they wouldn't have eaten, but ate it and they were like, "This is delicious." So that was fun.
Were they starving too? Because I find that helps a lot.
I mean, they're probably hungry, yeah, but
Okay.
they weren't fighting, they weren't arguing, they weren't saying, "I'm not eating this," being picky eaters. They were just like, "Yeah, this is good. We're gonna eat." And they ate an entire plate of nachos between the 2 of them, an adult size serving. So, which for my kids is a lot of food. Um, so that was good. There was a little pool at the hotel, and they were excited about the pool. They could just go back to the hotel and just go swimming for an
Yeah.
hour. So they had a lot of fun there. So the next day, we also booked the original plan was to go and stay at the hotel. I think it was this. I don't even pretend I know all the hotel names, but there's a
No,
hotel
it's too many.
attached to the indoor water park in Niagara Falls.
Okay.
So the plan was originally was to go. Okay, we'd go to the hotel and get a water park pass, and then we'd have all of Saturday to do water park. If that turned out to be way too expensive, it was way cheaper to just get the hotel and then get a water park pass for the day.
Oh, okay.
So we did
They
that
mark up the
for
price.
yeah, so we did that for the Saturday. We went to the Fallsview Indoor Water Park and had a great time. It wasn't that busy, so we were able to go on pretty much hit all the slides and the rides that we wanted to go on. There was a few um, that had really long lines. There's ones where you grab, like, inflatable tubes. All the slides were basically inflatable tubes, and the one that had the longest line was one that you go down and then go down and around a giant bowl and then down a drain and then kinda
Okay.
out.
Yeah.
So, when I was looking up the lines, I see that the orange slide I'm just gonna start naming orange slide, that's the most intense slide, and it has the shortest line. So, I said to my
Okay.
oldest, I said, "We're going down that slide because the
Eh,
lineup is quick." And he was very nervous. He's like, "I don't know about this." So, we got in that line, we were working our way up, and got talking to a lady beside us, and she was talking to my son about, "Oh, the orange slide, that's pretty scary. It's dark. It gets and so just freaked him out even more. So he said, "I don't want to go on this one. I want to go on the bowl one." I'm like, "Well, then we have to leave and go all the way back to that line. That's going to take 30 minutes to get through." And then so this lady was nice enough. She's like, "Oh, just jump in front of me." So we just cut the line like right at the end. So we managed to get down to the bull slide once. So that was nice of her. And said, "Okay." Then we got out, and I said, "Okay, now we're going up the orange slide." So we went back to the orange slide, and no joke, we could just hit that orange slide. It would take less than 10 minutes to get through the line and back up and down the slide again. So,
Huh.
but it was great
Because nobody was doing it. Why was nobody doing it? Too scary?
because it's intense. It's fast. It's a fast slide,
Okay.
and it gets dark at one point, and you can't see a turn coming, and it kind of throws you. If you're not ready for it, it can be intimidating, I guess. But everybody wanted to go on the bowl. And that it was ridiculous. And the problem with the bowl is they have one little hole on the side where you're supposed to like this quote unquote drain. That's where you'd go down. But if you had enough speed, you'd actually spin around that hole a couple times, and you could actually miss the hole like two or three times, even going up to it because of the amount of force on the water or current.
Okay.
And so it was just creating this backup of this line. So you'd be waiting in that line forever. So we did it the one time and I said, "All right, that's it. Like we're not doing this again. It's going to take forever." So, but it was fun. Um my oldest was old enough to do all the rides or tall enough to do all the slides. My youngest couldn't do the biggest slides. There's ones where you have to like lay on your stomach kind of like a crazy carpet on a toboggan.
Okay. Yeah.
It's got this foam carpet that loops up like a sleigh with handles and you hold onto that and it's also, same thing, very fast and twisty and turny, and if you're not watching it, it would be hard to hold on, but it is fast. And then there was another slide. It's called the canyon drop or whatever it is. Literally, you're coming down and it drops you. It feels like you're falling straight down, and then
Yeah.
catches you at the bottom and slides you out. So I was very nervous. My son did do that one, and then he was like, "Nope, not doing that one again."
It's almost like you've done it. Why not just go again?
I know, but he had fun. He was just like, he's like, "Oh, that was scary. I'm not doing that again." But
Yeah, okay.
with a smile on his face, like,
More exaggerated. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. He was more excited that
Okay.
he did it and more excited to say that he wasn't gonna do it. So,
I was trying to
and they had a
figure out
wave
when the heck
pool
it
there.
was that we went to Niagara Falls because I think that was summertime. I remember it being busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you
It
said, it was better to do off season. I've done winter before. I've never done this time of year, which is
we
actually pretty nice, right?
yeah. Yeah, it was perfect. And we've done winter as well, and this was the first time we'd done, like, spring or whatever it was. Um, but in terms of, like, parking so anyways, we parked at a spot just outside the water park. And so when we left, I had also had made reservations, and actually when we got to the hotel, they had they had like the coupon book inside the in the hotel. I was looking
Okay.
through
Yeah.
that, like promotions because you got a room with whatever.
Yeah.
There was a $40 coupon for the restaurant that we had made reservations for Saturday night.
Oh,
So I was
heh.
like, "Oh, this is great. Save $40." So we
Was it
decided
minimum purchase or no minimum
no, it was
purchase?
just $40,
Okay.
$40 off.
Nice. Because a
Um,
couple, like 2 of you, or yeah, 2 of you. I don't know. If there's so many of oh, yeah, 1 person, that would've been cool
yeah.
if you were alone there, but
Well,
2 people
maybe there
even
was
would've
gonna
been
maybe there
decent.
was maybe I didn't read too hard into it, but I knew with the 4 of
Yeah.
us, it was gonna be more than $40, so
Yeah, I would think it would be like a minimum $100 or something like that, because that's usually the way they work those things work out, that you save less
yeah,
than half price.
yeah, maybe.
Huh.
Maybe it was. So, anyways,
Not
we
that it
ended up
matters,
going
but
my wife had always wanted to go to a hibachi place. I don't know if you know what hibachi is. It's the place where you sit at the table and they cook on the grill in front of you,
yeah.
kinda thing. So, in Niagara, they have a Benihana, which is what this
Okay,
that
I've heard of it. I've heard of
okay.
Benihana. Usually from Americans, right? Isn't it
Yeah,
American?
I think this is this
Okay,
pretty the only well, I don't know if it's the only one, but when I look up Benihana, the one in Niagara is the one that pops up.
okay.
So I said, "Okay, well, let's make the reservation and we'll go to Benihana on Saturday night for your birthday."
The closest thing I've ever been to is Mongolian Grill when it was in Waterloo.
Yeah,
I'm
very
assuming it's
similar, but that's just
similar.
like they cook
Mm,
it and then you take it to your table and eat it. Whereas
okay,
this is like a
yes.
dinner and a show, so he's cooking it and then giving you
Okay,
food as
yes.
he's cooking the next thing.
Okay.
So, we took we took the kids to that one too. We got seated at a table with another family that had 2 kids that was their first time as well, and it was a lot of fun. Again, very surprised, the boys were not picky, like, the boys don't eat soups, and they were given, like, a French onion soup to start the day or
Mm.
start the meal, and they were both eating it saying, "This is the most delicious soup we've ever had. I love this soup." And my par we're looking at them like, "Who are you?" Like, but they come out, you order what you want, and they bring the rice out, they're cooking the rice on the grill, they're chopping up like, they fry an egg, they chop it up, and they start throwing it at you, and you catch it in your mouth
Y
kinda thing.
You order off a menu? Like, that's what
Yes,
you
you order
do?
off a menu what
Okay.
you want, and then
'Cause I
he
was
cooks it.
with Mongolian Grill, basically, they just have a buffet of ingredients, and you put them
Yeah,
in a bowl, and
yeah,
they cook that for you, whatever you want, and they make it into, like, a stir fry or noodle type meal, for
yeah.
anybody listening who doesn't know. That's why I was curious if it was similar to that, but okay.
It's only similar in that you get to watch them cook, that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
Other than that, you're picking off a menu. So my wife picked the steak.
Okay.
My oldest son decided he wants shrimp. He's like, I love shrimp. I'm eating. We're like, when did you eat shrimp? He's like, I love it. I'm like, okay. So we ordered him the shrimp, and then my youngest got the
A
chicken,
and at least he
and
didn't not eat it then after ordering
oh,
it.
he ate it. Yeah, he loved it.
Okay.
Same thing. And then I had to take my son to the bathroom when the order came, and so my wife ordered for me, and she ordered me basically like the surf and turf. So I got the chicken and shrimp.
Okay.
So he's, like, cooking and chopping and tossing egg at people, and you're catching it and making this rice, and he has a whole spiel, and it's just very entertaining. And the kids were very engaged, like, as he's cooking it, I never see the kids just stare at someone cooking, and they're laughing, he's making jokes. He makes a tower of onions and then sets it alight, so you have, like, this flaming tower onion ring. So they were just enthralled, so
And this is where you
very
had the coupon for.
that's what we had the coupon for $40 off.
Can't complain about a coupon.
That's right. $40 covered the tip.
Oh my god.
It was an expensive meal, but I was
For
like, "You know
4 of
what?"
you.
For 4 of us, yeah.
That's
And
ridiculous.
the family that we were with, I can't believe the amount of food that they just, like, walked away from because the kids just didn't eat anything.
Oh my god.
Oh, and I was just like I said, "No." I said, "We're sitting here." I'm like, "We're paying this money." Like, "We're eating everything." Like, if the boys don't eat it, like, my wife and I will eat it.
Yeah. And either that or you bring it back to your hotel if you have a microwave in the fridge.
Yeah. So, I
Not
mean,
that
but
it's
we
the
ate
same, but
everything. I think the only thing we left were, like, some vegetables. So, like
as you should.
but I was like, "You know what? It's birthday weekend. We haven't done like, we don't spend a lot of money on each other." So I'm like, "Whatever. It's a once in a not once in a lifetime, I shouldn't say that, but, you know, once in a blue moon kinda thing to just go." And so all the money I earned at the, Toronto Game Expo, I spent on that weekend. And so Friday and Saturday were kind of like overcast and kinda rainy, foggy. And then but Sunday was beautiful. So we got up early, we checked out of our hotel. I managed to get parking right at the top of Clifton Hill, which is the big tourist area right by Niagara Falls. We walked, we had breakfast right on Clifton Hill, a little diner, Clifton Hill Diner, and then walked down to the falls. We got to like see all that, which was cool. There was not a lot of people, so we could get right up close to the falls. Not and so that was cool. We walked back up. We did the
No
sky
protests?
wheel. Pardon? No
No
protests?
protests?
No
Okay.
protests. No.
There was protests last time I was there.
Oh.
Palestine there. Yeah.
Oh, fair. Well,
Yep.
not this time. We got lucky. Um, but the boys, last time we were at Niagara Falls, they really wanted to do the sky wheel, the Ferris wheel. You got up really high, you can get a
Mm,
good view of the falls.
yeah, we
So
wanted to do
again,
that, but my son was too scared.
it's
Lauren was
very
willing, but Sean wasn't.
oh, strange.
Yeah.
It's very, very relaxed, very chill. It does not go fast. It's
It's
just
expensive? I just assumed it was expensive
it
too.
wasn't that much. It was like $40 for the 4 of us to go up,
That's
so
not bad at all, yeah.
no.
I figured it'd
So,
be like $20 a person because they can.
yeah, but maybe, like, peak, like,
Yeah, yeah,
tourist
summertime.
season it
Yep,
is,
I can see that.
but like,
I don't
again, there was no lineup. I remember last time we were at Niagara Falls, I remember just the lineups for everything. You would wait forever, but
hmm.
no joke, we didn't wait longer than 10 minutes to get onto the Sky Wheel and do the Ferris wheel. And then so we did that, and then we walked around, we did a little bit of shopping, and then they have a Midway arcade there as
Yeah,
well.
that's what I was gonna say. We went there last time when me and my son just went to Binghamton's. He mentioned the arcade at Niagara Falls.
Okay, so that's the one we went to. So the boys were just saying like we want to play games. So I was like, all right, fine. So we went in. Same thing. We spent I think $30 and got a card, and the boys just went took it, and we just played games for the morning.
Did
And
you get a
then
crappy prize for the tickets?
yes, always crappy prizes, but all the games worked,
Ah. My
which
son
is
decided to save the tickets this time for the next time we go because it
okay.
wasn't enough to get anything he wanted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you got to do.
He
Just save them.
he's old enough now to do that. He doesn't need the instant gratification as much anymore,
That's good.
thankfully.
Yeah. So yeah, so we spent like again the morning until lunchtime doing that, played midway games for a good hour or so, the kids, and then got some pizza and headed home. And it was
Just
great.
just so you know, a blue moon is every 2 to 3 years.
Okay, well, my birthday in 2 to 3 years. So it was an expensive weekend, but it was a good weekend. Like I didn't the boys didn't fight. They ate everything. There was no lineups. It wasn't hot, which was the night. Like the other thing I remember at Niagara
Yeah.
Falls is just sitting outside baking in the sun, waiting to
Yeah,
do
that's what happened to
anything.
us last time.
Yeah.
We didn't really wait on much because we didn't do much. We didn't do any rides or anything like that.
Yeah.
We're just like, "It's not worth it." My daughter did complain at one time she wanted to go into some spooky, scary house thing,
Yeah.
but, we went in the arcade and we went in the candy place. I don't think we even ate down there. I can't remember now. We didn't do the Ferris wheel. We walked down, and then there was the protesting, and then we kept walking further. Yeah, I didn't do anything like that.
Mm.
It was still fun, though. We did
That's
ice
so
cream.
cool. Yeah. Yeah.
There's a good ice
Exactly.
cream place down there. Italian
So
ice cream. It's called Italian ice cream.
Italian ice cream.
It's not really walking distance to Clifton Hill. I think it's 15-minute walk.
Oh
So,
wow. Yeah. A little
yeah.
bit far.
But they have a bathroom, so and you don't have to worry about all the tourists if you go that
Yeah.
way walking.
True.
Yeah.
True. Well, anyways, I'm spoiled now, and I don't think I'll ever go back to Niagara Falls peak summer season. Like I'll just go in spring off season. Like it was perfect. Perfect weather.
Yeah,
So
that's great.
yeah.
I fixed a faucet today.
Oh, another faucet story. Wait,
Yep,
is it
have
mowing?
another
Is it
our
mowing?
mowing. It was our
Perfect.
mowing. This is our kitchen one, which I fixed before, but, it has a hose inside, right, that you pull out, and then the head that you switch to spray mode.
Mhm.
So the hose has a swivel in the end of it. That swivel, it's so old now. Like I think we bought it in 2013 or 2014, and the swivel is so old in there that that joint just pops out now, even with the water pressure, or if you try and
No.
tilt it. So it's been doing that for 2 weeks now, maybe. I sent them. I went on their customer support. I was gonna go buy the part, and it was just inconvenient timing. So then the next day, I went on their customer support thing and submitted a ticket and sent them pictures and gave them all the information of like when you bought it and stuff. There's no, I don't have it registered or anything like that, but their support's pretty good. And I told them, I even looked up the exploded view of it in their manual, like their service manual, and
Mhm.
told them what part number I believe I need. And it was just whole hose comes with this swivel on it. And they created me a support ticket. And then the next day, they said they were going to ship it out soon. And finally, they shipped it out recently. And it came from Toronto, not from the States. So it came in, I think, 3 days or so. It arrived. So
Okay.
it wasn't too bad. It mostly it took long for them to actually put in the order than for it to arrive. Maybe it's an inventory problem, who knows? But it arrived and it was packaged well and free, and
Hey,
I
free's always
installed it
good.
and problem solved. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Very nice. Free faucets. Always fun.
Yep. Yep. That faucet better live forever because I'll just keep contacting them for parts. Now, I did hear again, I think I mentioned this last time. If you go to Home Depot and take your broken part, sometimes they will just exchange it for you for free and they
Yeah.
will do the warranty for you.
Yeah.
I didn't do that because the day that it broke, it didn't have time. And then the next day I created the support ticket and it took forever for them to do it. Technically, I could go now, take the broken one in and be like, here, I need this replaced and get another one. I
Yeah.
might just do that.
Just have a backup.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tempting.
My dad also had a faucet go back at they have a rental property, and so they contacted them saying, "Oh, I think it was the laundry tub or whatever." And the first thing I said was, "Is it mowing? Is it mowing?" It is not mowing, unfortunately.
Mm, yeah. You pay more upfront, but not that terrible. There are other brands that cost the same without this good of a warranty. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Very true. Yeah.
Well, I also repaired a TV.
How many things did you repair? Holy smokes!
This is not even including the stuff I repaired day to day. Heck, I just fixed a pair of tongs for my barbecue yesterday too. Um, this is how you save money, man. So we had
I don't save
our
money. I just
old
spend money.
yeah, exactly. We just bought that new TV around Boxing Day, I think it was, right?
Yeah.
Black Friday? Black
Something
Friday
like
or
that.
Boxing? It was Black Friday. And so we bought that because the old one, the light had gone out at the bottom.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Or no, the top, sorry, the top. So we've had it in the box in the living room ever since then. So for like the past, I don't know, 5 months or something like that, just sitting in the living room waiting for me to have time to work on it. So I think Saturday, yeah, Saturday while the kids were at their Portuguese school thing, I opened up the TV. I had already watched a couple videos to make sure I knew what I was doing. It was not as complicated as I was thinking it was going to be anyway, but open it up, so you pull the glass off the front. Be very careful with that because it's breakable. Move it off to the side. Then you pull off the well, first you pull the back off. It doesn't matter. Then you pull off the diffusion layer that spreads the light out. Pull that out, and then you've got all the LEDs. I can see that it was basically half. It was blown. I've had plugged it in while it's sitting there. Half of them were out. So because they're LEDs and they're wired in series like Christmas lights,
Mhm.
if one goes, they all go out, right? So I unplugged it because I shocked myself once, and only with 20 volts, it wasn't terrible. But took them out and started rearranging them. Whenever they were good, I put a little piece of tape on that said a G for good,
Mhm.
and then I rearranged them to put good with unknown to find which ones are good and which ones are bad. And I ended up with having two strips that were bad, and one of them actually let it bypass the power still, even though it was bad and it didn't light up. It still passed power through, so that whole section would light up. It was basically half the TV was one circuit and the other half was the other circuit. So I rearranged them anyway until I
Mhm.
got all but one working. And then I took that one into the garage and I thought, it's just an LED. I'll just pop this LED off. And I scraped it off with a knife and a little bit of soldering iron to try and get it to let go. And then I soldered on another LED that I had lying in the garage. A totally different LED, totally wrong LED, but I thought I'd try
Yeah.
it. So I
Why
did
not?
it. And after it was on for like literally 30 seconds, that one popped and burned out, but the rest stayed on.
Oh.
So I actually helped it. I would have been better off taking an LED out of like the LED light bulbs you have. Those
Oh,
ones are like
okay.
the right ones. They're probably the perfect ones, but they're really hard to get off because they're surface mount. They're attached to the top of the circuit board. And that's what the ones that I pulled off were too. They're just so hard to remove. You basically, if you try and remove them, they just fall apart. They just break.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, this other one, I just a regular standard LED I put in there and it burned out, but it stayed on the rest of the LEDs. So I put the TV back together with that. I did also find the part. If I ordered those two parts, it's $15 each. So $60 plus $20 shipping from Toronto. I can get it delivered here in 5 days and get the parts I need to replace it. So
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it like it is. We took the TV that was out of our bedroom, which was a free one we got on the side of the road. I gave that away yesterday and I posted up this, sorry, I put up the TV that our old living room TV in our bedroom now. So it's a
Okay.
bigger one that we did have. It's a 46-inch and we had a 40-inch in there before, a non-smart TV before, the one we had for free and gave away for free. and the one I just fixed is a smart TV, but it's not longer supported anyway.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of
So I
smart
have a
TVs aren't
Chromecast plugged into
anymore.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. Cool.
fixing
Yeah.
stuff.
Fixing lots of stuff.
I need to fix all the stuff that's behind me, including those PDMs. Yeah,
Gee, man. Well, what else did I do? Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can.
I did nothing else. I just watched things.
I watch things too, but I'm going to. I have a picture of a thing that I
I know something that you watched.
do. You?
Yes, you probably forget that we watched something.
Oh, that yes, I remember that. Of course, that was still have that on my list.
Still tease. To go with another.
Hold on one second. Okay, so I
You're gonna make yourself a lot of editing today.
no, I hope not.
I mean, with Melissa coming by and then this.
Can you see
What's
this?
this? A kid on a dirt bike.
I have bought my children a Yamaha dirt bike.
Is this gas?
It is a gas motorbike.
Oh wow. What's this motor size? 50?
It's 50 cc's,
That's pretty cool. I
and
had, like I said before, I had a Honda mini bike when I was a kid. And I think I only had it, we probably only had it for a year. And it was before I was in grade 4. So it was grade 2 or grade 3. If that helps you at all. But
okay,
yeah, he looks like he's having fun.
he loves it.
Because
He
this
was
is the
so excited.
younger one?
This is my youngest.
Okay.
So he's
They both
5.
fit on it though?
They both fit on it, yeah.
I mean,
Obviously,
not at the
the
same time, but
he fits on it better. My oldest still fits
okay.
on it, but
His knees aren't touching the handlebars yet then.
these are yeah. The
But
oldest,
he
they're
has an
getting pretty
electric
close.
one?
We still have the electric one.
And does that fit better or is it about the same size?
Um, no, this one I think fits better. This one's a little bit taller.
Okay.
So, like, the I think we're in the last legs of the electric one. Like, that's one of the
Okay.
reasons I decided to bump up
Yeah.
because with the electric one is like, unless I'm gonna put more money into it, the batteries don't last as long as they used to.
You
It's lasted, 3 years at this point,
yeah.
but, I mean, we can get maybe half an hour, 40 minutes out of it. I
Okay.
used to be able to go all over town or all over our neighborhood with it, and I'd get to the point now where I'm like, "Well, maybe we can get to a certain point, but
What
we can't."
battery does it use?
Just, like, the regular like, the same ones that are in, like, the APC,
Power
those
Wheels?
ones.
Oh,
Power
okay.
Wheels, yeah, same kind of a
Okay.
just a
Because
generic
we could put any battery
battery.
in there then.
Yes, we could, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
if the connector is proprietary, you can always swap it out. That's easy enough.
yeah, I think I just last ones I cut the wires and
Yeah.
just attached the new batteries and secured them and
Yeah.
called it a day.
The one that I
Um
had even used a car 4-pin trailer adapter. So you always
oh,
adapt something like that too. Go to the store and get like a trailer adapter
yeah,
wiring kit, if you can
just
find a
make it
cheap one.
work. Yeah,
Yeah, I think KW Surplus would be good for something like that.
yeah. So, anyways, since last year, I took him to the motorbike shop, Tri-City Cycle,
Mhm.
to get my motorbike looked at, and he was in there sitting on this Yamaha PW50, and I was like, "It fits pretty good, like, it's perfect size."
You were
Even
spending
my
so much money this month.
even
Holy
my
man.
wife, like, listen, I this is why I sell at games at game expos so I can So, well, we had talked about it before because, like, we spent quite a bit of money on my oldest because we put him in like camps. He's been doing taekwondo for ages. Like he's doing a lot more activities, like paid activities. Whereas my
Okay.
youngest doesn't want to do any of that stuff. We're like, hey,
Hmm.
do you want to do baseball? No. You want to do t-ball? No. Do you want to do basketball, soccer? Don't want to no, don't want to do any of that. So I said, so instead of doing like paying all this money to send him to like after school activities that he doesn't want to do. I said, we'll
Mhm.
just be saving that money and said, like, I said, look at him. He loves riding his electric dirt bike and he's asking for a dirt bike. He wants to go riding motorbikes. So we'll just put the money towards this instead, and then I can go riding with him, and I can that can be our
And
thing."
that worked?
It worked.
I mean, with
So I
wife,
yeah, my wife was she was, like, apprehensive, of course, but she's just like, "Okay, I need like, he
it's a
needs
good
to do it."
skill to have, it's the other
Yeah,
thing too.
the
Doesn't hurt at all.
coordination,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just
So
don't let
I
him ride a
think
road
having
bike.
the electric dirt bike for the past 2 years really helped because he jumped on this thing and just, like, took off. It was no big deal at all for him.
Hmm.
So, the difference between the, like, the electric one is just kind of like the throttle is kind of like an on off. There's no
Oh,
modulation of
okay. Yeah,
how
yeah.
much power you have. It's just,
Yeah, that's a
you know
speed controller thing, yeah.
yeah. It's just it's not even a speed controller. It's like you
Yeah, I
twist
get
it,
the
it's like a switch on, off.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like the thing that controls the speed is on or off. You could upgrade it and then put in a variable one, but again,
Yeah.
what's the point when it's so
What's the
small?
point? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It'd probably
where
be easier to ride if it was a little smoother to start, but
yeah. So this one, I had to explain how it works of, okay, this the more you twist it, the faster you go, so go slow.
mhm.
And I think it took him 2 laps of our block, and he was fine. He was running with it, so it's been great. And so the like even yesterday, we took I was on the mini bike. I had my oldest on the this Yamaha PW 50, and then I had the youngest on the Razor, and we went up the street to the school. They have a big dirt track, like track and
Yeah.
field.
Mhm.
So I said, "Let's go up there." And so we went up and we were just doing laps around the dirt track, and they had a blast. And you can definitely tell the difference between this one and the electric one. Whereas my son used and I used to go, he'd go on the electric, I'd go on the mini bike, and that was fine. And now I'm realizing like that Razor was pretty slow, and this Razor or this Yamaha one is way better.
Is there any kind
So
of throttling or governor or child mode or anything like that, low range?
there is a throttle screw, so you can lock out how much they can twist it.
Okay, yeah, that's all I was curious of,
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
that's cool.
but yeah, it's been a blast. So we've just been
Have you
every
rode it?
I have ridden it. It pushes me
Okay.
around. It's so, but so even so when my oldest was riding the Yamaha around the track, my youngest got on the mini bike with me, and he's like, "Dad, get me started," and then let me. He rode the mini bike, like twisting the throttle, whatever, on the mini bike, and I let go and still riding on the back of it. So he rode 2 up, and he was so definitely the skill is there. So he's catching on.
Mhm.
So lots of fun.
That's
So
cool.
I'm creating another riding buddy. We go on
Maybe
an
get my son
off-road.
to ride a bicycle. I think the pedaling when you were talking about it, I'm like, the pedaling is what throws him off. He can't get the pedaling down while trying to balance.
Yeah.
He's just never done it. And he's not a small kid, so there's the uncomfortable seat problem and all that crap. Yeah. I was just thinking if it was motorized, maybe it would help him. I don't know.
Yeah, well, get him on the mini bike and let's go.
Yeah. I'd want to try him on the electric one first because the gas one, he'd probably just crash it and drop it over.
So, I mean, on this one, he would fit on this PW one perfectly fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't go fast enough to you really hurt yourself. So,
It's just more expensive if he dropped it too. That's the other problem.
oh, trust me, it's already been dropped several times. It's kinda made they're made to be dropped, right? It doesn't it's a
Yeah.
shaft drive, it doesn't have chain, so you don't have to
Oh,
worry about
okay.
any of that, you're not getting your foot caught in it or whatever.
Huh.
Um, and it's so low to the ground, if you drop it, like, whatever, you can't really hurt it. Like, so my youngest was riding it, and then he rode it up on our front lawn, and then hadn't quite realized the where the brakes are on both. He was only the Razor only has 1 brake, the electric
Mhm.
one. This one has both front and rear, but they're both
Yeah.
handles.
Yep.
So he was only squeezing 1 brake where he's needed both, but he was
I'm
also still
hoping the
giving it
back one, not
gas.
the front one, at least.
Well, now he's dual. He does both. He does link
Okay.
braking. He squeezes them both at the same time. But this first time, not so much, and just drove it straight into the garden wall and like just over the handlebars off the side. And I was like, but he got up and he's like, "Oh, I didn't know what to do. I didn't." I was just like, "Are you hurt? No. Are you bleeding? No. Is the bike okay? Yeah." I was like, then you're fine.
You learned something.
You learn something,
Don't do
then
that
we
again.
move on. Yeah, so it's just kind of like a learning thing. Like, I don't really care if it gets dropped. That's what it's made for. It's clearly used. It's been dropped before many times. So it's a tool. It's meant to be learned on. So, but he's very excited. So if we go out to the cottage this weekend, or not this weekend, sorry, this summer for the week or weekend, then I'm gonna bring in the mini bikes and that little dirt bike and hopefully go ripping around. So,
Cool.
which you and I also need to talk about our potential
Yeah.
off-road weekend
Yeah, we should.
at some point.
Right now. No, I'm kidding.
Right now, everyone listen. All right.
Huh. Well, what did I watched things. That's all I have next. Watching.
Watching.
Yep.
All right. What did you watch?
I watched Taskmaster, all the way. So from the newest one, I think the newest one's 18. We haven't started that, but we've done 17 all the way down to 5 now.
Okay.
And it is still great. You notice the show changing. Like these earlier seasons, they barely ever do on location where they like go somewhere and do a task anymore.
Okay.
Oh, I watched another thing that I forgot about. Um, just one episode, but then we also watched Last One Laughing. I mentioned that show before. Do you remember I
Yep.
said Tom Green and Colin Mockery? Well, they have
Yep.
a UK version now, and the host is Jimmy Carr.
Okay.
If you know who he is, you
Yeah,
didn't
I know
sound
who
like you
Jimmy Carr
did.
is.
Okay.
Yeah, I know Jimmy. Yeah.
And on it was a bunch of comedians that I had seen on Taskmaster, or sorry, yeah, on the UK Taskmaster, because this is also UK.
Yeah.
And it was cool to see people that I've recognized from the other show. And also Richard I don't know how to say his name. The guy
Adeoye?
from, yeah,
Yeah.
Ayodae. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do
From
you
the
say his
IT
last name?
crowd.
From the IT.
Adeoye. Yeah.
Adeoye. So he was on it as well, and he was awesome. He was almost unbreakable in that show. I didn't explain the premise. So in Last One Laughing, you have, I think it's like 8 comedians all enter a room. So basically like a fake house,
Mm.
and the last person to laugh wins. So you are not allowed to laugh. They're all just trying to break each other, and you see them pull out their best material and stupid stuff. And comedians have different senses of humor than normal people, right? So
Yeah.
to get them, it's always something ridiculous. Like on the Canadian one, Tom Green just started making food because there's a full kitchen there, and he just started making food, and he started making grilled cheese, and he starts saying, "Does anybody want some delicious cheese sandwiches?" Anybody, delicious cheese sandwiches, delicious cheese sandwiches. And he just said it over and over like 30 times. And he made someone crack from that. Mae Martin cracked from that. And she
Yeah.
also really likes him too. Like she was saying, like, I have so much respect for him. He's a legend. I'm an upcoming comedian. Like, it's crazy to be in the same room as him, let alone, you
Yeah.
know, trying to beat him in a competition. Yes.
Yeah.
So that was
So you
Last One Laughing UK, and there's also a Canadian version. I think there's other ones as well. Yeah, there's a bunch of other language ones,
yeah.
that but Canadian one and UK one, obviously both English. Australian one was also really good. I don't remember what other ones there are. I'm pretty sure I saw like Italy and Portugal and a whole bunch of other countries, Mexico, I think. And those would be cool, but they're not in English, so we'll probably never watch it
So
because comedy is quick.
you still haven't watched the original Japanese show that inspired Last One Laughing,
Oh yeah. You told me about
which
that.
you is called Documental,
Yeah.
and language barrier aside, is so out there and crazy, it will make you laugh.
Oh boy.
That is the one to watch.
On my
It
watch list. It's still going
yes.
from 2016.
Yes, Documental
Boy.
is absolutely nuts. That's the way to it's the way to go.
All right. I don't know.
Again, first season probably a little bit rough because it was the experimental. No one had
Yeah,
done
and
this.
is it something my wife is gonna wanna watch as well is the other question.
I don't know. It can be pretty crude. It's
Yeah, she's not really into that. Really.
but it is funny. So
Yeah, the whole show's fine. I did watch one other thing here, a TV. No, I watched two other TVs. One of them I'm gonna mention quickly. Uh, the TV show I've seen TikTok videos of it, just little clips. It's called Game Changer. It's kind of similar to Taskmaster, but it's American and it's kind of quicker tasks. And it's basically just it's called Game Changer because every time they do it, it's different.
okay.
And there was random things like, oh, one was a woman steps out who's a comedian they all know, and they're like, who is going to Venmo her the most money right now? And they each get a chance to talk and make their argument, and then they actually do it and see who follows through or who lied and whatever else.
Yeah.
And she just reads them off as they come in, and then they see who won. And this particular episode, they also made it so that winning was getting second place, not first place as well. So they just made that weird. I
Oh,
randomly
okay.
picked, I think, season 6, episode 1 was what I picked, because it was like the most recent, but the first episode of the season.
Mhm.
And yeah, it was pretty good.
Interesting. It's an interesting premise.
Mhm. Mhm. It was. I need to watch more of that, but we have a lot of Taskmaster still to get through. We have 4 more seasons. Actually, 5 more seasons because of the 18 is out, and there's also the Australian one that we've watched all of that exists, but there's
Yeah.
more coming out now.
Okay, so you're
Yeah.
catching up. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And that show was game changer. Just so I can.
Game changer.
Yeah.
Cool. I have started watching the show that I watch every year that I tell people to watch, but no one will listen to me. That's okay. It's the Netflix show Drive to Survive. The new season is
Oh,
out.
that one.
Yes. F1 is on this season or is on right now, so
What did
it's
I just
been
see that was F1 related? Someone was just talking about something F1 related, and I was like, "Oh, I should tell Josh about that." Damn.
oh. I'm all in on F1 this year. I have started my own fantasy league. I've got my wife and I are in a league together. I'm in a league with some people at work. So it's been fun to watch the races and get points and talk smack to each other.
Hmm.
I am dominating both my leagues. There, I've said it. That's been fun.
Interesting.
Again, with the amount of time I have to watch stuff, which is none, I haven't even finished the season that I'm on watching.
There are
Drive to
7
Survive.
seasons of that show.
Yes, it continues on. Things that I want to watch that are coming out. The new Black Mirror is out. Watch that.
Mm.
And I even saw a promo for a new Love, Death, and Robots.
Oh,
So
interesting.
that will be on my list as well.
It's just going on my list right now.
Did you ever watch the last seasons of Black Mirror and Love, Death, and Robots?
I don't remember now. I thought I did. Ah, I don't know.
I remember the last season of Black Mirror being excellent.
I
So
don't
I'm
think I
hoping
did. Is that not the one that has the Star Trek spoof stuff?
that was the season before, I believe. This
Oh,
season,
okay.
I
I never
believe
saw
that is
that
coming
either.
back this season. They're continuing on with one.
I don't think I even saw that. Hmm.
So, and also
To
Love, Death, and
do,
Robots
right?
was really good this last season as well.
When was that? 2022. I didn't just see if I've seen it or not. I don't remember.
And for when anyone listening, mainly Kevin, uh, I some people like or don't like Black Mirror. I believe he's in the did not like Black Mirror.
And if you start with the first episode, don't like it, I totally understand, but please skip it and go to a good one.
Yeah, yeah. The first season or even the first episode of Black Mirror
First
is
episode, yeah.
trash.
It just seemed like it was an attempt to get attention. That's what it felt
Yeah,
like to me.
there were it was going for shock value and didn't really care about anything else. So
Yeah,
move on from that one. But the rest of them are pretty darn good.
yeah.
If
Some
again,
some are great. There's some I still think about to this day,
yeah, they just
years
stick with
later.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not convinced by that, then please, at the very least, please go and watch Love, Death, and Robots.
Yep.
That is a fantastic show, and they're only some of them are only like 5-10 minutes, and some are a bit longer. Some are 20 minutes. So that is a same idea, but animation based. So and talks
Pretty
about
sure I remember watching.
very similar issues. Cautionary tales of the
Yeah.
future.
Yeah. I remember watching Black Mirror season 6, episode 1 for sure. So I think I've seen all of season 6.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty sure. I should just go to Tract and tell me if I've seen it.
Do that later. People listening.
Really?
Hard to believe.
I watched, so I think I told you about this. My coworker, my old coworker from my last job, had messaged me on Plex, which I'm like, you can message on Plex. And he said, you need to watch this show. I think you'd like it. It's called Extraordinary. And I had not heard of it anywhere else before, but it is a like UK show. The main actress is Irish, and it's basically everybody in the world has superpowers, except she hasn't got hers yet. Everybody gets them when they turn 18, I should say. She hasn't got hers yet. She's 25. And it's basically that story. It's kind of like a, I don't know. It's sometimes depressing, sometimes bubbly, often hilarious. The powers part is neat because you get to see all these different powers they think about, and everybody has powers, and sometimes they're mundane. Like the one guy's power is literally just to know when a woman's period is coming, and he's the manager at the company that the one girl works for. But then the other girl that's in the show, one of the main characters, for her best friend, she can channel dead people, and she like just channels anybody, and she becomes them. Her eyes go blue, and she just becomes them. She has their voice and their mannerisms, and they're in her body, and they actually have a consciousness that is the real person, right? And if they come back as her to her body, and then she lets go of them, and then comes back again, they remember everything that was there because it's actually that person's soul or whatever.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
It's a pretty neat idea that she can actually bring them back or bring them and become them. It's yeah, that's just one of the many. Another guy has time, you can rewind time, but only a limited amount of time. And the more tired he is, the less time he can rewind. So the more often he does it, the less time it is.
Okay.
So there'll be times where he's trying to change something, but he can't go far enough back. And then it becomes less and less and less and less. And he's like, crap, I can't change it. And I'm assuming that's eventually going to come to the point where it's like he just gets better in his power and he can do more, but I don't know because
Okay.
he's one of the main like 4 people in the show. So you'd assume his power becomes more strong or something like that as it develops. But also the show was canceled after 2 seasons and apparently it ended on a cliffhanger is what my friend told me. So
Oh,
he
lovely.
messaged me and I said, "You're right. I'm watching it. I'm enjoying it," after I'd finished season 1. And then he said, "Well, it sucks that they canceled." I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know they canceled, and I still haven't watched season 2 yet." And I said, "As long as it doesn't end in a cliffhanger or anything." And he sends that meme of the guy like looking off to the side, like, you know, like, well,
uh,
yeah,
but who knows these days? Like all sorts of like shows are getting picked up by different networks and different,
yeah,
so they could pick it up and continue on it somewhere else.
would be nice. I was going to try and figure out what year it came out, but of course, Plex does not show that. Yeah. Anyway, it's a neat show. That's extraordinary.
Ordinary. Okay. Cool.
Not anything else. I have movies. I have 2, 4, 6 movies.
Look at you go. I have
Actually, I have
um
7. I forgot about another one.
liar. Okay. Um, I watched. I took my kids to the theater
Oh, and you
to
watched
watch
the
the
Minecraft movie?
Minecraft movie.
I don't know why
Yes.
I have another one.
You're up to 8.
I did not watch that in the theater,
It was
but I watched it.
the one of my son's friends really wanted to go to the movie theater to see it. And so we had bought tickets and I got really good seats. which is surprising considering it's a like it was
Yeah.
opening weekend, and we went on the Sunday. Um, that it wasn't just sold out already. Anyways, we bought tickets, and then we sent a message to my son's friends' parents to say we got tickets and we're going to the theater. And so they also bought tickets to sit with us, and so they were able to go as a. So they bought tickets like further away, and so when we got to the theater, my wife actually took the place of the other child.
Oh,
So she sat with their parents, and then I sat with the kids.
okay. Makes
But
sense.
yeah, and so we all got
I
to
mean, then you have
watch.
to watch them all, but whatever. They're
They're all. I
watching
mean, they're
movies.
all glued to the
Yeah.
screen. It's Minecraft. They're not like they're going crazy. So
Yeah.
yeah. But I assume you've also seen the Minecraft movie.
Uh-huh. I have seen it.
Thoughts?
I think I missed parts of it, like here and there. I was doing
Okay.
dishes or something like that. So yeah, it was fine. It was fun. I don't really have any strong opinion one way or the other.
Okay.
I've heard people say they really liked it. I've also heard people say it was terrible. I don't know.
I'm somewhere in the middle. I think it's fun as a Minecraft movie, sure.
It's
I
not made
don't
for us,
It's not made for
right?
us. That's true. It's not made for us.
As opposed to the Mario movie that was supposed to be made for us and them kind of thing.
Yeah. I do think the Mario movie is better than the Minecraft movie. And
Yeah.
that's not saying a whole lot. I'm not saying the Mario movie was that good either. But I don't know. This one just felt like, okay, we're just gonna kind of shoehorn. We're gonna make a brand new story using Minecraft stuff, which is fine as well. But there's a lot of
Yeah.
Minecraft material out there they could have pulled from. Like they could have done the Minecraft Dungeon series or part of like the Telltale Minecraft series, or they could have just been a movie in Minecraft rather than, oh, let's go into the game kind of thing with real people. So that's the stuff I'm not sure about. I kind of wish it was like self-contained in Minecraft and not real world coming into a Minecraft world.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. My son is also reading I don't know if you know about the Minecraft books. There's like Wood Sword, Stone Sword, Iron Sword Saga.
There's a ton of Minecraft books out there, but I don't know
Yeah.
these ones for sure.
So these ones are like I think they're like, I don't know what they're called, the official Minecraft story. And it's the same kind of
Is it the
idea where
colored those colored books or what?
yeah, the colored ones. So that starts with
Oh,
Wood
no,
Sword
this is
Chron
not what I look at. That's not what I was thinking of. The ones I was thinking of were plain. Okay.
um Wood Sword Chronicles. So
Woodsword Chronicles. Okay.
yeah, that's the first set. It's a set of 6 books. And then there's Stone Sword Chronicles set of 6, and then there's Iron
Mm,
Sword set of 6.
okay.
And so I found the
Yeah.
first, I don't know, the first like 6 books at Value Village. And so I've been saving them, and I think he was
That's
just looking for something
perfect.
to
It's
read.
exactly what you need to get your kid to read. Yeah.
Exactly. And he jumped in and he's read all of them. He's read all 6 of Wood Sword, and then every time he does something good at school or gets a good report card or gets an award or something at school, we buy him the next book. And so he's now finished the next set, the Stone Sword Saga. He's finished that set of 6, and now he's into the Iron Sword, and he's, onto the second book of that. No joke, he's clearing one of these books a day. He will read through and it's a full chapter book, and he's plowing through them. Anyways, why we also could have used that story because that's super popular right now. Use that as like the Minecraft movie
Yeah.
plays as well.
Yeah. But they had to get Jack Black in there somehow.
Somehow, yeah. And I'm not sure. I mean, I like Jack Black, sure. I don't also don't know if he is a great he was a great Steve.
No, not really, but he was fun.
Yeah.
That's all that
It was
matters.
fun.
And the kids already knew him from the Mario movie, and then my son also knew him from a House with the Clock in the Walls.
Okay.
So my kids, like the day after the Minecraft movie, they fired up House of the Clock on the Walls on Plex, started watching that, and they loved it.
Well, I was wondering if they people would pick him up from like Kung Fu Panda.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. My kids never really stuck with Kung Fu Panda. I don't
No?
think they
Okay.
saw them all. I don't think they really cared much about it, but that's a good point.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and anyway, so then now we're also reading. I'm reading with him, and we're reading How to Train Your Dragon. We're going through that book, and like we've already seen the movie, the 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 DreamWorks movie a long time ago. Now we're reading
Yes,
the book
yes.
because now the live action remake is coming out, and he saw that, and he so I was like, okay, well, let's read the book. So he's all in. So it's good. I'm glad that my kids, well, at least my oldest, my youngest doesn't want to read at all. He's just very stubborn. Doesn't try as hard to to read. But my oldest is give him a book. He's a little bookworm. So that's good. Anyways, that's a Minecraft movie. Anything else to say about it?
Cool. No, not about
Okay.
that. I'm trying to find this VHS tape that I watched with my wife because it is stupid that it's one of the VHS tapes I got for free in a bundle of VHS tapes. It had Danny DeVito right on the cover. It
Oh.
says the movie's called The Money. It says with Danny DeVito. I'm like, okay, I've never heard of this movie before. It clearly looks old because he looks like Danny DeVito still, but he looks a little bit younger. He's still bald, but I popped the movie last night, and as it starts, I see the Civitar Entertainment logo, which in the VHS world is a big indicator that this is going to be a terrible copy of the movie.
So is it
They
called
are
Other People's Money?
no, it's called The Money. Yeah, have fun finding it because it's hard to find.
What the heck?
1976. That'll help you. It has another name called Atlantic City Jackpot. It's it's obscure. It's weird, but it's out
Oh,
there.
okay. Atlantic City
Uh,
Jackpot is the one that it
it
pops up
also has
as.
Graham Beckel is in it as well. Who's some guy from a bunch of things, but
Okay.
he's really young in the movie. Not many other people that have been in things, but the cleaning lady in the movie is actually the grandma from Dora the Explorer.
Oh, okay.
Eduela? Yeah.
Eduela.
My wife was like, "I recognize that lady." And we looked it up. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, she's from Dora," but she's in a couple other things as well. Um, but the movie is literally Danny DeVito is in it for less than a minute.
Oh, it's like one of those is that one of the ones
Oh,
that,
yeah.
like, later on they throw him on the cover to be like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah. Completely. Like, if you bought this
Yeah.
to see Danny DeVito, you would be mad because he says 2 lines and he's in the movie for less than a minute. He's basically just a guy who tries to help the main character find a way to make money for like one scene. He's a bartender. Like a
I
guy comes
love
up to the bar, like a beachside bar, and he talks to him. He's like, What do you got for me?" And he's like, "This guy over here, talk to him." He calls him over. They start talking, and then Danny DeVito's gone. You don't see him anymore. So the rest of the movie, he's not there. And the
I
movie
love
was
it.
dumb, and it was
I
badly
love it.
written, and the editing was ridiculously bad. Like you there were several times where you could tell they did 2 takes, but they edited them together and the guy slightly moves
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah.
they just do a jump cut to it. And there's another time where they go to focus on a guy as if he's important to the story. He doesn't turn out to be, but as if he's important, they just cut to this guy, this old guy eating. And then they go back to the guy walking towards the old guy eating. And it's like, why did you just do that? And then you come back and he's eating. But why did you cut to him eating and then show the guy coming towards him and then the eating again? It was just like a weird edit, and they did things like that all over the movie. It was
For
really bad.
reasons.
Yeah. It was really bad. The kids in the movie though are actually like legit seemed like they were doing what they were doing. It was kind of impressive. You don't usually see kids that are either acting that good, which I doubt is the case, or actually doing the thing. Like there's supposed to be a guy kidnapped them and he's like taking care of them while he waits to get paid. But
Oh, okay.
the kids are just like having fun messing with his toilet paper, throwing his toilet paper around the hotel room and stuff like that. And the kids are authentically having fun. And then another spot, they're supposed to be whining because they're hungry and it's nighttime. They're probably actually tired as he's getting the McDonald's. It was pretty funny, like decent the way the kids were, because usually you see kids in a movie, and especially kids that young. Like the one must have been 4 years old, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
And we watched that on VHS because we have it. We
You
won't
have
have
it,
it for
yes.
long. And you should see the reel on the VHS tape. It says EP mode right on the tape, and the reel is like so small because they put it such low quality.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, it's bad. I have it
Yeah,
going through an upscaler just to put it on HDMI, and then it's going to a splitter and then to the TV in our bedroom. But
jeez.
yeah, it was terrible quality. And the audio is terrible as well. You start the movie and they have a voiceover and there's music playing, but you can't even hear what the voice is saying because the music playing so bad. Yeah, terrible quality.
That's funny. It's the way to do it, though.
Yeah, yeah. 1976's Atlantic City Jackpot or The Money, in case
Or
anyone
the
really wants to
money.
go check out that movie. What'd you watch?
Fun. Well, I saw a movie that I've been meaning to watch forever.
Okay, a
It is
first time
from
watch.
1985,
Okay.
starring Harrison Ford.
Oh, Hudson Hawk? No,
Bruce
that's
Willis.
yeah, that's Bruce Willis, yeah. Sorry, Harrison Ford, 1985. Okay.
It is a movie called Witness,
Not The Witness. That's
not
different,
The
right?
Witness, just Witness.
Okay.
It is about the Amish community, and Harrison Ford is a police detective, and there is a Amish mother and son traveling through the city. The son goes into the bathroom and he witnesses a murder,
Okay.
and then Harrison Ford is the police officer assigned to the case, and then basically finds out that the people who are responsible for the murder are coming after this boy and mother, and so he has to get them out, and he is the witness. The boy is the witness.
Mhm.
And if you saw the boy, the boy is I recognize him as an adult. He's a child actor. Like this is
It
his
looks
first movie.
familiar too.
Yeah, I don't know his name or anything, but
Well,
um,
we'll know in a minute.
the
Oh, boy, it
mother
looks
is
familiar.
Kelly McGillis, who most people will know from Top Gun. That's where I was the whole time watching. I'm just like, I know her. I know her from somewhere.
Is this the kid? Where's the year he's born? No, that's not him. That can't be him. Try to find him in the list of credits because I don't know the kid's name in the movie
Okay.
or what they called him. No, it's the
Uh,
youngest person here. It's got to be him.
his name is Lucas
Samuel?
Haas.
Okay, yeah, that's
Samuel.
what I'm
Wow.
looking
Yeah.
at. But he's
Yep.
born in 1976. I'm like, he doesn't look like he'd be young enough in 1985. You said it was, right?
He's pretty young.
Sorry, he doesn't look.
Pretty young.
He looks like he'd be older, is what I meant.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
Anyways,
looks
yeah.
like he's in Inception. He's in Mars
He's in a bunch of
Attacks.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I want to see something older because he looks familiar as a kid, but maybe it's just he looks like somebody else.
he looks like himself as a kid, as an adult. That's the weird part about it. There's also what's the big German guy in? I'm just gonna click on him in Die Hard. Big
Yeah, I
guy with
don't know.
long hair.
Yeah, I know.
Carl.
I can picture him.
His name is Carl in Die Hard.
Okay,
He's a crazy terrorist in Die Hard that wants to kill Bruce Willis no matter what. He's in this movie, and the entire time I saw him, I was just
Alexander
good enough.
Good
Yeah.
enough. Good enough. Okay. Yeah.
Um, I was expecting him to have a bigger part in the movie because I saw him. I'm just like, oh, there's gonna be
Oh,
tension. He's
okay.
gonna be the bad guy. He kind of amounted to nothing. Nothing happened with that guy. So, um, and also Danny Glover is in the movie as the
Okay.
murderer, as the bad guy. So it's funny to see. Like, I don't think, I don't know his career back then, but I wouldn't associate him with a bad guy character. Later on in life, he's kind of plays. I know in I think the Mark Wahlberg Sniper, he's the bad guy, but he's kind of like the government
Oh,
bad guy kind of thing. Not
okay. That makes sense.
so.
Viggo Mortensen's in this too. I recognize
Yeah,
him
a
from
very young
things.
Viggo Mortensen has basically no
Okay.
part in it at all. But yeah, pretty pretty funny.
Yeah, so quite older cast.
Yeah,
And Harrison Ford looks so young.
yeah. So Yeah, Harrison Ford's one of those guys. I love Harrison Ford, so one of those ones where I'm like, oh, it's just a Ford movie. I remember seeing the VHS on my parents' counter or on the table when I was
Oh,
a kid, always
hmm,
wondering what it was, and I was just like, you know what, I can just watch this now. Like, it's just one of those things I never think of. So, and it might have even been like one of those YouTube clips that I watched, and I was just like, all right, I should watch this now. So, couldn't tell you. But yeah,
interesting.
Harrison Ford, another actor that I would consider watching all the movies for.
I would too. I feel like seeing him in something like that now pulls me out of it. It
Okay.
makes me feel like he's not a character. He's just Harrison Ford.
Yeah, well, because he has that reputation now, right? So,
Yeah. Yeah. That's a bit of a problem. Yeah. Well, I watched 1990s Problem Child.
I haven't watched that one.
Really?
Have
We watched it
not.
with the kids. So John Ritter,
Okay.
Gilbert Godfrey's in it. Jack Warden, if you know who he is, old guy.
Nope.
Who else is in it? I swear there's other people that are recognizable. His wife, where's his wife? Is that her? Yeah, Amy Yansbeck. She looks less familiar now, but I know her. She was in The Mask. I don't remember who she was in The Mask. You've never seen The Mask. She was in Pretty
I
Woman.
haven't seen
She
The
was in Men
Mask.
in Tights. Oh,
I've
she
seen
was
Men in
married to
Tights.
John Ritter. I didn't
Okay.
realize that. They did the movie together. She was married to him in this, and she's a bitch in this. Yeah,
Perfect.
Problem Child is we watch it with the kids. There's a lot of things that if my kids were younger, I wouldn't want them to see. Like there's the kid says like hell and damn, and I forget what else there was. I can't remember what else. A lot of just this kid getting to mischief that
Okay.
that if my kids were too young, I would be worried they start thinking, oh, this is funny. I should do this too.
Copycats.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, like starting the room on fire, that kind of
yeah.
stuff, and throwing the cat at the grandpa, that kind of stuff. Yeah, but it's
If you get
funny.
away in movies, but yeah.
It still is what I remember. Still holds up.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember things from this movie so well, like the nun's mole. Just maybe it was up here, I forget, but I just
You clearly
recognize
don't
that's.
remember.
I can't remember where it is for sure. It's a big freaking mole, and it's got hair growing out of it. It's
Of course.
gross on purpose. Oh, and it also has what's his name? Michael Douglas as well. He's the bow tie
Oh,
killer. Yeah.
interesting.
Yep.
Michael
It's a
Douglas,
good
eh?
movie. You should watch it. Here's a
Problem
picture of it on
Child.
IMDb in a 4-pack with kindergarten cot, problem child, kicking and screaming in major pain. What a collection.
What a collection. Kindergarten Cop's the only one I know.
Yeah, you need to catch up on your movies. Oh yeah, her mole is up here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Funny. What about Problem Child 2? You gonna watch that?
There's also a 3. Yes, we are. 2 is good. I remember it being good. 3, I don't remember if it's good or not, but I recognize the little girl in it. We'll have to see. We'll definitely watch them though. They're on Plex and waiting to be watched. The kids enjoyed it. They didn't say much about it afterward. Like they didn't say, "Oh, that was good," or they didn't say anything that was bad. I really need to get a better read on it by asking them what they
Yeah,
thought.
yeah.
Yeah.
I watched a movie starring George Clooney,
Okay.
Brad Pitt.
It's 13.
Any
Isn't that
guesses? Any guesses? No,
is
okay.
it Ocean's movies? Is them?
It's not an Ocean's movie. Trick question. It's
Okay.
from 2024 called Wolf. Wolf, not wolves.
Not not
Wolf.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Just wolves.
I think I've seen it. I've seen things about it.
Yeah.
Not it, but
Uh,
I've seen that it existed.
so George Clooney and Brad Pitt each play. I'll say like a fixer. Like if you have a problem, you
Okay,
call
I did
them.
see this. I did see this recently. I not watched it, but I saw it somewhere, and I'm like, "Oh, the
Yeah.
2 of them," and yep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So a lady has someone who is dead in her room and she's a political figure and she's got to get rid of it. So she
Okay.
calls a number and she gets George Clooney and he shows up to take care of the problem. The hotel is also aware of the issue, and they call their own person to come and fix the problem,
Okay.
which is Brad Pitt. And so they both have to work together to solve the problem, but they are lone
It's
wolves
not
who
how
have
that
to
would
work
work.
together.
That's not how that would work. She would say, "I don't have to pay for it, the hotel's paying for it." Great, done.
Well, she's a celebrity, so she got her
I was gonna say
own
she's also
name
gonna
to
get
figure out.
blackmailed, but they
Yeah,
already
yeah,
know, so
yeah. So,
yeah.
anyways, it's a kind of a just like a romp, kind of figure out how to get rid of a dead person and deal with it and the consequences of and get through it kind of thing.
As one
So,
does.
as one does. Gotta get rid of a body sometimes.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I
Friends help
wouldn't say
help yeah, friends help friends move. Real friends help friends move bodies.
yeah. And that's why you're on my speed dial, Derek. I wouldn't say it's like a great movie, but it's a fun little hey, I mean, I
Yeah,
like George Clooney, I like Brad Pitt, so watching them together again is a fun watch. So, there you go.
okay, it's added to my list now.
You're not gonna
I
watch it anyway.
watched no, I have to. It's as long as you don't delete it off Plex.
I'm still
Uh,
waiting for you to watch a movie that I recommended.
well, it's probably on my list. It's like these oh, I do have the VHS tapes here. I have the 5 VHS tapes from you of
Oh,
movies
yeah.
I've watched with Cage in them. Uh, and then so I watched 2025's Love Hurts
Love Hurts.
with I don't know how to say his name. The guy, Short Round. You know what I'm talking about.
Ki Hong Kwai or
Ki
something like that?
Hung Kwan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the one he's the real estate agent?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it has Drew Scott from Property Brothers.
Oh, really?
And he plays a real estate agent who knows
Of course he
karate.
does.
It's good because he plays a ridiculous version of himself.
Okay.
And he's not in it much, but it's a good cameo essentially.
Yeah.
Sean Austin's also in it. Um, I don't know most of the people. I recognize them from things, but I don't know these people. It was
Ah,
good though.
okay.
I enjoyed it. It was good kung fu action, like the good stuff. The Jackie Chan environmental stuff is all over the place where they're like using things from the room and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well,
And he's getting hurt and
he is
it's
that guy though.
legit
Like,
good.
he
Yeah.
was a fight choreographer. Like, when he
Yeah.
stopped acting, that's what he did. So I would
Yep.
imagine he'd be really good
Yep.
at it.
Agreed. Yes. It's what you hope for is what I picture it, or what I think anyway. It's the kind
Yeah.
of thing I was hoping for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also saw him in that in Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's good. He wasn't in it enough, honestly, but
Yeah, of
yeah.
course not. Yeah. Cool.
Yep.
What else did I watch here? I then moved on to watch a movie. My I get teased because I have a celebrity crush, a male celebrity crush called named Michael Fassbender. I don't see him in a lot of movies, but when he
I don't know what
pops
he
up
looks
in a
like.
movie, I gotta watch it.
I don't
We
even
have a
know what he
movie.
looks like, but when I see him, oh, okay.
Yeah, you'll
Okay.
know him when you see him. Yeah.
For some reason, I confuse him and Ewan McGregor.
Really? Okay. I guess I can see that. Um.
Yeah.
Anyways, I really like him in movies, and so every time he pops up in a movie, I have to watch it. So his latest movie, 2025's Black Bag, starring Michael Fassbender and Kate Blanchett, and Pierce Brosnan. Um,
Okay.
they are agents agents, spies, whatever, in this organization, and there's a mole, and Michael Fassbender is charged with finding the mole, and one of the suspects is his wife. He's got to figure out
Mm,
who it is and how to deal with it.
okay.
So
Sounds good.
yeah, it was decent. I think they. I'm trying to think of how to say it. This is the guy who directed Ocean's 11 and 12 and probably 13. So think that kind of style, like in a way of almost being too complicated for its own good. Like they're trying to get the twist and trying to put the layer on the layer on the layer and then go back to the first layer kind of thing.
Okay.
I know
Hmm.
it probably doesn't make sense, but um anyways, at the end of the movie, it was one of those things where I was just like, well, that could have been solved a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, I can picture that. Yeah.
yeah. So decent movie though, but almost trying to be more complicated than it should be for the sake
Hmm.
of being complicated. Because that's what the
Okay.
director is known for. So, yep,
All
that's all I'll
right.
say about that one.
It's added to my list too, but we'll see.
I saw it pop up. I had it up on Plex, and then I immediately saw it go, "Activity by Deej13." I was like, "He's doing stuff."
I watched 2025's Companion.
Canyon,
So it has Sophie Thatcher from Prospect with Pedro Pascal and Heretic with Hugh Grant.
okay.
And then Jack Quaid from The Boys.
Mhm.
You remember him? The
From
what you would
Novocaine,
call it? What's his
newest
name?
Novocaine, yeah.
Novocaine. Oh yeah,
It's a
yeah.
new
I forgot
movie,
about
yeah.
that. I forgot about that. And then it has Harvey Gull, the guy. You remember What We Do in the Shadows? Guillermo. What We Do in the Shadows, the
Okay,
TV show.
okay,
Guillermo. He's in it as well. He's one of the main
okay.
four characters. And Matthew J. McCarthy, VHS guy that I watch on TikTok, is in it as well. He has a very short
Really?
role.
Okay.
Yeah. He's an actor anyway. He's already been an actor for years. He also used to write for WWF, so he's like in the industry, but he doesn't. He usually gets commercial ads, not like not many movies. And who else? I just saw somebody else in the credit or in the list that was Lucas Cage, who was apparently in. Oh, it just said here. What's he famous for? He was in White Lotus, Fargo, Smile 2.
I haven't watched any of that.
Okay, me neither, but I figured those were all things that people like. Anyway, The Companion is this movie. It was decent. I like the idea. Basically, you can go out and buy a companion lover robot,
Mhm.
and they have AI and they act real. But what happens when you fuck with them with the programming, basically?
When you fuck with them. Wink,
Yeah,
wink. Yeah.
that's good. That's good. But really fuck with them.
Really?
It was interesting. It was what I kind of and it parts of it were what I hoped that Vox Machina movie would have been, right? Vox, what was the one with the
Ex Machina?
Ex Machina? Is that the
That's
one with
Ex
the
Machina.
robot girl?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, that one. A bit of it was what I wish that would be or would have been,
Okay.
with less of the stupid mind game stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
I've added it to my list.
Ooh.
We'll see. See what happens. I went to the theater again last week.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun,
I
dun,
don't know what was in
dun.
theaters. I don't look.
Well, Cineplex is doing a, like, $5 Tuesdays.
Yeah, I keep meaning to do that. I think this
So
was the last week of it, or
it's last week and this week, so tomorrow
okay.
is doing it. I'm considering going tomorrow as well. Um,
Just seeing.
so I watched last week with my dad. I just texted my dad. I was like, "Hey, you wanna go see this?" A movie by Alex Garland, who I appreciate his movies. His new movie is called Warfare,
Okay.
and he is the director that did Civil War that I talked about probably last year at this point, earlier this year. That's the one I watched Civil War like the same day that there was the attempted assassination of Donald Trump.
Mm.
There was that, and so it was kind of like very. It was eerie to watch that movie knowing that that had just happened. Um, anyways, the military consultant on that movie, he got talking to the director, Alex Garland, about he was in the military, so he had this story that happened to him. And so the director was really moved by it, and so he made a movie about this guy's story, and
Hmm.
it's a true story, um, about them going in as a support team in Iraq, and they basically go in at night, they take over a house, and they sit there all day as Overwatch, and they eventually get found out by the local insurgents and attacked, and it's them just trying to get out, and
Hmm.
it's intense.
Okay.
Um, as a I will say as a war movie veteran.
You can just say fan.
No, no, I'm a war movie
You're a
veteran.
veteran. Yeah. Yeah. That's called false valor.
I'm used to a lot of action, and the one thing that I don't like about war movies is their focus on the trauma or the or the like or the PTSD factors that happen in war. I understand it is a thing that happens. It's very common. It's an important thing that happens to soldiers in war. However, I kind of find it I would say this
Overdone.
overdone and kind of boring in film form.
Yeah, because it's always the crutch. It's always the way to prop the story up and make it
Yeah.
interesting
Like
or
whole
make
like
it heartfelt.
yeah. So
I
let's
can see that.
slow everything down and let's focus on someone's face and just have slow motion for, 30 seconds of someone trying to process what they're seeing. And they do that, say the grenade goes off and you get the high pitch, like,
Mhm.
and you see someone just kind of dealing with that. There's a lot of that in this movie. So it is a good movie. It's shot very well. It's a very, engaging story, but they do rely a lot on, well, let's just focus on somebody doing nothing because they're focusing on everything that's happening around them.
Okay.
So I want war movies to be war movies, but also be realistic to show what actually happened. Like you're kind of artificially extending this runtime by showing nothing. I mean, you're not showing nothing, but essentially you're showing nothing. I get it. It's a traumatic experience, but I'm also in a movie theater.
Yeah.
So I don't want that to sound disrespectful. I don't want it to to negate what the people are doing, but it is
Yeah.
as a visual medium, I would like it to, pick up the pace a little bit. It's basically a story of a military operation gone wrong. And I still think the best military operation gone wrong movie is still to this day Black Hawk Down.
Okay. I haven't
That
seen that in
movie,
forever.
it is I still go back to it. It is still a very good movie. And didn't Michael Bay direct that
I don't
movie?
know. It sounds reasonable. Like,
It's hard for me to give him that credit.
yeah, but it's probably before you got
Oh
phones
no,
and
it's Ridley
stuff.
Scott. Okay, we're saved.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense.
We're saved.
I remember hearing of something Michael Bay did and being like, "Oh, that's unlike him, but good." I can't remember what it was
13
now.
hours. 13 hours is Michael Bay, I believe.
Oh,
Secret
there
Soldiers
was
of Benghazi. That's Michael Bay. That one is really good as well. Also a true story.
hmm,
Watch that one. Also a military operation gone wrong, and they have to get through it.
right.
So,
I was still looking for what I was thinking of, but I don't know.
okay. Anyways, so
Yeah.
if you're like me and you like war movies and you want to see like good action, true story stuff, Black Hawk Down and 13 Hours are the way to go. Warfare is good, but probably not worth the theater. At least it was cheap night. Anyways,
Yeah, now I'm looking at tomorrow's cheap night.
I'm considering going to see Sinners because I've heard really good things about that.
Oh, I didn't I saw it in there, but I was like, "That's not gonna be easy to Google search."
That's a Michael B. Jordan genre film where it starts out like as like a music a music film in a barn, then it turns into a vampire story. Kinda like
Oh,
yeah. Like the vampires attack the barn at night, and they gotta get through the night, kinda like Dusk Till Dawn. You know, it starts kind of like a road trip movie and then ends up as a vampires taking over a bar, or it's a vampire bar.
interesting.
I think it's the same idea.
Huh. Yeah, I'd probably watch that. I was looking at The Amateur is also playing
The
with,
Amateur,
Rami
Rami
Malek
Malek?
and, John what the hell? He was in the other movie. Didn't I just see him in
Oh, Lawrence Fishburne, isn't that Lawrence Fishburne?
yeah, Lawrence Fishburne, but
Yeah, yeah.
John Bernthal,
John
but
Bernthal, yeah.
he's also in The Accountant 2 with Ben Affleck that's coming out
Yep.
right now too. He's
Yep,
got 2 movies in the theater at the same time.
yep.
Oh my god.
But at least he's
I haven't watched anything about either of them. I'm just going based on the cover and the name.
okay, fair.
So Amateur says it's a American vigilante spy action film directed by James Hayes. I don't know how you say this guy's name. Yeah, yeah. CIA refused to take action after his wife is killed in a London terrorist attack. And then there's The Accountant 2, which I haven't seen the first one, so why would I go watch that?
Yeah,
I could easily watch the first one, just not before tomorrow.
that was much more yeah. I mean, honestly, between all the I think my dad and I considered watching The Amateur, but I was just like, it's more like a thriller. Like I would prefer to watch that at home. I don't think it's
Mm,
I'm very picky on what I wanna see on the big screen. I wanna see
yeah.
action, I wanna see spectacle.
Hey, your Sinners says thriller too, but it also says drama, action, horror, thriller.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you'd see a lot more, like, cinematography, action, spectacle on that.
Accountant 2 only says action.
Exactly. But
So
that I
it's
could
pure
watch at
action.
home.
You're not dividing it by 4.
Yeah, well, so
Yeah.
I had this
Well,
conversation with my dad as well in the theater because I was like, he also said, "Oh, we could do The Amateur," and I'm just like, I was like, "Yes," but I was like, "How much action is there gonna be? Is it just kind of like a general story and then there's some action?" Like, I don't wanna go to the theater to see that. Like, I watch that's the stuff I watch at home. And so I was very picky about, you know, very picky about when I go to the theater. It's gotta be spectacle.
okay. Makes sense. Makes
My
sense.
wife argues with me about this 'cause she's like,
And
"Well,
I wanna make
you
it
never
worth
take
the
me to the
money too.
theater." Pardon?
Hmm. I wanna make it worth the money too, and that's another
Yeah,
reason why. If I can watch it at home and it's just a thriller, then there's no point in really being in the theater. I
exactly.
guess the audio could help, but still not really worth it.
It's probably not worth it. Yeah.
No.
But
And that's why you
I
don't
have
take
this
her to the
argument with my
theater.
wife because she's like, "You
Yeah.
never take me to the movie theater." I'm just like, "But you don't like I said, you if you wanna go to the theater, you're gonna watch a chick flick." I said, "That's not worth the money to go to a movie theater and
Yeah.
watch a chick flick.
I
That's
agree
stuff
with
you watch
this.
at home." I wanna
Yep.
watch, like, a superhero movie. Yes, you go to the theater for that because it's big and it's loud and
You don't watch on your phone while doing dishes?
oh, listen, not all of us can be you.
Speaking
So,
of which, I watched
on your phone doing
1995,
dishes.
probably, I don't remember for sure. I started on the computer and moved to the phone. 1995, starring Rob Schneider, Diane Lane, and Sylvester Stallone, Judge
Oh,
Dredd.
Judge Dredd.
I had never seen Judge Dredd.
I have still not seen Judge Dredd.
I think you should. It was pretty good.
I should.
It's
For as
ridiculous, but it's good.
for as much as I like the new Judge Dredd, I should watch that one.
Speaking of which, following that, I watched the new 2012's Dread, starring
Perfect.
Carl Urban.
And which one's
Uh,
better?
so obviously the quality of the new one is better.
Yes.
I did not like that he didn't take off his helmet. It was stupid.
Oh, isn't that a thing though?
But in the
He doesn't
first
take
movie,
his
he
helmet.
did.
Yes, but I don't think he actually does take his helmet off in the in the comics.
Oh, maybe that's why.
I think he takes his helmet off in the Stallone movie because
Yeah,
they're playing
because
on
they're
Stallone's
Stallone.
stage presence.
Yeah, but
His face
Carl
sells the
Urban,
movie.
could have sold the money movie with him too, but I guess they
Right.
probably did just with his name. But
Yeah.
anyway, it was nothing wrong with the new one. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I kind of thought it was silly that he took his helmet off, but the old one was good too. The old one was definitely more campy and hokey,
Mhm.
and that futuristic, the 1990s vision of the future,
Oh,
right?
I
That you
love it.
get in
The retro
everything.
futuristic, yeah.
Yeah. Whereas with the new one, you don't really have that. It could have been any freaking year, basically.
Yeah.
And partly because the most of the movie's all in one place, so you don't see much outside of this like slum type place.
Yeah.
But
They also hadn't done a big budget, I think, for that movie, so
mm, everything's a big budget.
yeah.
It's a lot of freaking people in this movie too.
Now, I have to ask, because anytime anyone says they've watched Dredd, you know that movie is based off of the movie called The Raid, right?
I didn't know it was based off it. I've
So
still
now that
not
you've
seen The
watched
Raid.
Dredd now that you've watched Dredd, you need to watch The Raid. The Raid
It's on my
Redemption.
list.
The Raid Redemption.
Yeah, but The
Watch it.
Raid, there's so many, right?
You wanna watch The Raid Redemption is the one you want to watch.
None of the other ones?
Not the first one is the important one.
The Raid Redemption is the first one.
Yes.
That I would not have guessed. It's on my list to watch.
Okay.
No idea if it's available.
It's on
So
my Plex.
The Raid,
Yeah.
The
It
Raid
might also
2.
be called The Raid as well.
There's
But
another
it
one called The Raid. Oh, okay. Yes. The Raid 2011 is The Raid Redemption,
yes.
apparently.
It's like a secondary title they have, yeah.
Huh. Okay. Yeah. I mean, knowing me, I'll have to watch them all, but what is this one? Oh, this one's not related at all. 2012's The Raid. It's some guy with a sword. So not related.
So, yeah, I would say watch it close to having watched Dredd, and it will
I won't let me add that as a watch list. I hate Plex sometimes.
yeah, excellent movie. Don't watch that while you're doing dishes because there is a lot of it's a martial arts movie, and there's a lot happening very fast. So, if you're not paying attention, you're gonna miss it.
Yeah. Part of the reason I haven't been watching uh Squid Game is there's too much to pay attention to,
Okay.
especially with the subtitles.
Yeah. I haven't even started second season of that.
I mean, I've only done one episode, I
No?
think, of the first season. Yeah.
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 So, add it to your list.
Yep.
Alright. I only have one more, and it's
Me too.
KG.
I have one more that's not KG, and you should have it on your list too.
Oh. Well, I was waiting for you to talk about that one.
Oh, okay. I have
'Cause
nothing KG. This is my last one. This is the one.
okay.
Yep.
Well, then you talk about it. Then we can go into Cage.
All right. Well, did I message you or did you message me? I think I messaged you, didn't
You
I?
messaged me. Yeah. That's
I
why I'm
said,
giving
"Hey,
you I'm
Josh,
giving you the credit.
come on over and let's watch Boy Kills World." And we did,
And we did.
and it was good. Um, it's I think it's pretty much what I expected of it. I
Yeah.
mean, some of it was better than I expected. Like the action was really good. The story was I mean, silly but
It
fun.
was serviceable. Like it was just it
Yeah,
was a conduit for the action, basically.
but it wasn't bad. Like
Yeah.
oftentimes in movies like that, when you say serviceable, it's like, okay, there wasn't much to it and it wasn't very deep. Well, this
Yeah.
actually had something to it. Even if
Yeah.
a twist was silly, another twist was silly. They were still good and clever and not entirely predictable.
Mhm.
I think I might have
We didn't
I think
see
I
the twist
called
until
one
the
thing,
end.
didn't
Like we
I?
kinda the end, we were like, "Oh, what if it's
The
this?"
the one thing I said about her, I'm like, yeah,
Mhm.
okay. But it didn't add up. Anyway, I'm not gonna give us stuff away, but
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
Boy Kills World. Basically his family is murdered in front of him, and a guy who lives in the woods is a shaman and takes him in and raises him to go get revenge. So by the time he's, I don't know, what is this guy like 25 years older? something
Something
like
like that,
that.
yeah, 20 years
He
old,
then decides it's time to go and get revenge. And he can't speak, so his voice is done by the voice of Bob's Burgers, which is what is this guy's name? I forget that guy's name every time. H. John Benjamin. Yes.
yeah.
Yep. Archer, the voice of Archer. I forgot he's Archer's voice too. I really liked Archer. Yeah. Boy Kills the World. You got anything else to say?
Was very like, action, very good.
Bloody,
Stylized,
gory.
bloody gory, yeah,
That
fun.
one part. Oh my God. It's like, when is this gonna stop?
Never. Yeah. But yeah, good.
Yes.
Recommended you got some buds over, drink some brews and watch a fun movie. That's a good
That would have been a good
recommendation.
theater movie too.
That would have been a theater movie, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
If we're that's our new categorization of if a movie's good or not.
But
Is it theater worthy or not?
I would say that's just a grouping of movies. I wouldn't say it's good or not.
Okay.
Just a grouping.
A grouping.
You
All
can
right.
have bad movies that are still good in the theater.
True. Very true. All right, Cage.
Yeah, go for it. I got nothing.
I got one
Still waiting
Cage.
for you to catch up.
I squeezed in one Cage last night because I was like, I can't do another month of no Cage.
Do you mean you
So
squeezed out one cage? But I'm
squeezed
bummed.
out a Cage. Yeah. The next one on my list, sorry, I lied. It's not the next one on my list because I had to skip ahead.
Oh my God. You
I
can't
know
skip ahead.
I'm breaking protocol. So I skipped the Ant Bully because I couldn't find an English
Okay.
version of that. Although you have it,
Oh,
I just haven't gotten around
yeah.
to it yet.
Oh, I was gonna
I
say I
just moved
have
on.
that for you.
The
I
next
think I
one on
told
my
you
list.
6 months ago I had an English version for you.
Oh yeah, you said it. That I remember you saying it back then. I just didn't actually do it. Um, it's one of those ones where like I see animated movie. I'm like, maybe I can convince my kids to watch this with me.
Yeah, that would be fine to watch with kids. Yeah.
Yeah, but I just haven't done it. And the next one on my list was G-Force.
Also good for kids.
That's why I thought. So I'm like, well, it's too late. I can't watch that with the kids. So I moved on to the next one called Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans.
Part of me wants to watch the original Bad Lieutenant first, just to get an idea of what it's paying homage to. I know it's not
Yes,
related, but
I don't think it's related. I also downloaded the original Bad Lieutenant to watch first before watching this one. Never got around to it, but I'm hoping to watch it hopefully soon, maybe this week sometime, just to see what the correlation is.
I did
Um,
watch Bad Lieutenant
that's the one with
because I
Harvey
remember a
Keitel.
scene. Yeah, I did watch it. Uh, yeah, I did watch it. I watched it like last year.
Oh,
Yeah, I totally forgot I watched it because it was
well,
on
can't be
the,
that memorable
you
then.
know, yeah. There's only one scene that I'm like really remember that I watched. Other than that, I'm like, I don't remember everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I watched it. Oh, what? I watched it in 2014.
Holy, that was before we
It's
were
the
doing
only,
this.
it's the only time I watched it. That's what this
Oh,
says. July 24th, 2014, 7:48 p.m.
geez.
Where were you?
Do you know where your children are?
No wonder why I don't remember it well. It was
Okay,
11 years ago.
it was a long time ago.
July. That was just after my child was born, my first child.
Jeez.
Oh no, that's a year after. He was born the year before that. Yeah, math works out because he's turning 12. Anyway,
Anyways, so I watched it. It is directed by Werner Herzog, which I'm not a huge fan of Werner Herzog. Some of his stuff is good.
I don't know.
Um,
I keep hearing good things about the movie.
it is definitely cagey. He is on like pain meds the whole time. Like he hurts himself early in the movie. It's very poignant because Val Kilmer is also in this movie, and he just recently passed away.
Oh yeah.
He does not have a big part. He's like a small bit part at the beginning and kind of halfway through and maybe at the end a little bit. but he's not
Okay.
a major character, which is funny. Because I
Hmm.
remember he did go through that spell where he just wasn't landing big roles and was kind of taking whatever. Um, that was interesting.
There's a
Anyways, he hurts
lot of
himself.
people in this movie.
There's a
Holy.
lot of people. Um, the second movie to star Nicolas Cage and Eva Mendes together. First one being Ghost
Oh.
Rider.
Oh, see, I've never seen Ghost Rider.
You haven't seen Ghost Rider yet?
No,
Oh man,
it's
there's
on the
now.
list.
Well, duh, it's on the list. Of course, it's on the list.
It was on the list before Cage.
So, he hurts himself early in the movie, and so he spends the rest of the movie in pain and is constantly looking for drugs. So just imagine how cagey that can be, where he gets into like various states of discomfort and needing drugs. So that part's fun. He's just a bad cop who makes some bad decisions, and he owes the wrong people money, and he's got to get through it and figure out how to get money and pay this person off there and steal the drugs here and make up for his lack of judgment in another situation. So it's just kind of a rolling sequence of bad decisions that he's got to deal with. Um, all in the aftermath of Katrina. So it's like Katrina and then like 6 months after.
Okay. Hmm. The one person who stands out in this cast is Jennifer Coolidge. Just like,
Yeah, who plays his mom?
oh, okay. His mom.
Yeah,
I think like she's younger than him,
I
isn't
think
she?
so. Yeah.
She's 63 and he is 61.
Oh, very close.
2 years older.
I didn't look at the cast
Oh
before
my
I watched the
god.
movie, so I popped
That's
up.
okay. It's
Like
probably
she
better
does
not
not
to.
like when you see Jennifer Coolidge, like when you picture Jennifer Coolidge in a movie, you're trying to think like, Stifler's mom is the one that comes to mind, right?
Stifler's
Like
mom.
the hot
Absolutely.
mom, right?
She
And
was just
so
in something else I just watched too.
and so she is not that character in this movie. So when she pops up, I'm like, who is that? I know who that is. And then it comes, I'm like, that's Jennifer Coolidge. Anyways, yeah.
That's that I just watched with her.
Well, I watched something recently with her too. Not this, obviously. Something else. And it was like very,
Oh, the Minecraft movie, obviously.
oh, yeah, that's what it was. It was
I
the
liked
same
her
thing
in
for
that.
me.
It was pretty
Yeah.
funny. Yeah.
Anyways, so I marked it down as a B. I enjoyed it the same amount as Knowing and Next
Okay.
and The Weatherman.
Her being recently in my mind as well, because she's in a movie called Riff Raff with Peter, what's his name again? Oh my god, Bill Murray and Pete Davidson. And I
Oh,
saw Ed Harris is also in it. Who else did I see? I don't know. Tanner Coolidge.
Christopher Coolidge.
Yeah, but I saw an interview with Bill Murray talking about it, and he said basically he was. It sounded like he was worried at first about acting with Pete Davidson, and then they got on set and did a scene together, and he's like, "Oh, this is gonna be great." Like they just clicked,
They
and he
clicked,
and he
yeah.
was good. Like he was. I don't think he was expecting Pete Davidson to be good based
Okay,
on the way he was talking about it. I can't remember
okay.
if it was when I saw him on. Yeah, it was on Hot Ones where they eat hot
Oh,
wings.
oh, yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
Pete Davidson came on at the end. Yeah,
Oh, interesting.
yeah. So that's on my list too, because
Has
I
to be
need
on
more
your
things
list.
to watch.
Everything's on your list.
Hey, it's only like 1,500 movies. It's not that much.
Oh, not that much. Jeez.
It's nothing compared to my YouTube watch later.
Oh my gosh.
My YouTube watch later is 3,902 videos.
Jeez.
I'll get around
Never
to them
getting through all
eventually.
that. Never getting through all that.
I'll get through them eventually.
Not if you keep adding to it.
What do you think retirement's for?
If retirement is anything
Uh,
like what I'm at right now, I'm gonna not be awake long enough to watch anything I want to watch.
yeah, great.
Oh,
It's great.
great.
And more
So
stuff will come out in the meantime.
exactly. And you'll keep adding to the list, or you're just trying to like keeping it at the same level. You more ads, you watch one or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just have to stop paying attention to media and then I'll be able to catch up, right?
Yeah.
Don't watch the news, don't watch ads.
That's me in video games right now, man. Like I've
Oh,
left it.
yeah.
I've I don't have time to listen to my podcast anymore. I have no idea what games are coming out, what's good, whether I've just walked away from it because I
Yep,
just
that
don't have the
reminds
time.
me. Somebody bought me a game yesterday, so now I have to play it.
And now you have to which game? What did I'm waiting to hear the game.
Balatro.
Oh.
Yeah. Digital crack is how it was described to me.
Digital
Digital
crack.
cocaine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's fun. Now I have to
On
play
your
that.
Steam or on your phone?
Yeah,
Like
on Steam.
okay.
Yeah. But I do have a Steam Deck.
Yeah, true. You actually travel with your Steam Deck though?
Now,
Yeah.
not often. I have, but not for a while.
I did
I just
actually
pulled it
play
out the other day and my son said, I forgot you had that.
surprise. I actually had some guys over on Saturday and we tried tried playing Star Fox Zero on the Wii U because I figured it would be a better two-player game than a one-player game. And I'm right, it is a better two-player game than a one-player game,
Ah,
but
maybe
it's
that's why it failed.
still not that great of a game, unfortunately. But I would like to keep going, so we'll see. I had I had 3 guys here, and I was like, "Okay, we'll just kinda trade off, like, 2 and 2, or keep like, if you're one person flies, one person's the gunner,
Okay,
and with the
yeah.
Wii U, and you gotta turn around and aim with a gun." So I said, "So every level, let's switch." So then, you pass the controller to your left. So the
Mhm.
next person is who wasn't doing anything is now driving or flying the ship,
Yeah.
and the person who was flying is now the gunner, and you just kinda, like, keep rotating around. Within the first 3 levels, 2 of the guys had just bailed. They're like, "We can't do this." They just could not. So then it was down to just Daryl and I. We did, like, 2 levels, and I was like, "Are we done? Like, everyone's just kinda out of this?" And they're like, "Yeah, I think we're done."
Because it was that bad?
I think it was just not interesting. It's not bad,
Oh,
it's just kind of eh.
okay.
So,
Huh.
but we'll see. I might be able to convince someone else, Derek, to come over and play.
I'd try it.
Would you stick with it for the whole game, though? Because that's what I'm looking for.
How long is the game is the next
We're
question.
about halfway through.
Yeah, but how long is
I don't know.
it?
Look at how long to beat. That'll be a long.
Yeah, so I'm trying to remember what you called the game. You said it was, Star Fox Zero? 'Cause
Star Fox Zero.
that was a bundle of 2 games, right?
Yeah, so Star Fox
Z
Zero and Star Fox Guard came together.
Guard, okay. Why is, Star Fox not
And Star
coming up?
Fox Guard is just a Five Nights at Freddy's
Star Fox
clone.
Zero, main story, 5 hours.
Okay.
You
That's no
guessing you're
dime.
halfway? Yes, the main plus sides is 8 hours or completion is 20.
Yeah, definitely not
All
doing completionist.
styles says 6.5.
Okay. Yeah, we've done like the
Yeah,
first. Let's say there's 10 to 12 missions, and we've probably at like four ish, 4 or 5 ish. Yeah,
yeah, well,
it's a cool concept.
I'll only ever play it if I get an invite.
Okay. Switch 2 pre-orders.
You did it?
I
You
tried.
throwing money around like crazy.
Listen, I've saved my work bonus for the past 2 years for the Switch 2, and I still don't have it, but trying.
Did you see Charlie CJR's video?
No.
He just did a video. He went to see it in Toronto.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah, you should check out his video. It's pretty decent. He has reviews of the games and stuff for like, first thoughts,
Yeah.
and the console too. He talks about trying holding it sideways and it actually stayed no problem.
Okay.
Yeah. And he couldn't get a pre-order either.
No way. Jeez.
No.
I I was at work, and so I just had it up on my. I'm not supposed to have personal phones at work, but whatever. I had it up on the stand with the counter because like it was just a counter to get onto the GameStop website. It was just
Yeah.
locked out. So I think I waited 45 minutes to an hour with my phone just sitting there on, waiting for it to load, and then by the time it loaded in, it was gone. So it is what it is. But I hear that if you like go to the store, they might still have some pre-orders in
Yeah,
stock
that's what
in
I
the
hear too.
store. So, but whatever. I'm not in such a crazy rush. I have to get it day one.
I don't even need one. What's different? There's nothing different. It's all remakes and remasters anyway.
I get it. Yeah, I understand. At the same
Mario
time,
Kart
like,
World is cool, but I'm not paying for online anyway.
yeah. Well, you are paying for online.
No, I'm not.
I thought you had online.
Nope.
You had a family account online stuff.
Nope.
Did
My
you get rid of
son
it?
had a single account, so that's why
Oh,
we couldn't join yours.
okay. Does he still
Yes.
have that?
He doesn't actually. It expired.
Oh, well, then you can join my family, and then you would have
Good.
it. And it would cost almost nothing.
Yeah,
So
true.
I'm
Hit
also
me up with the
treating it as
details.
yeah, that's fine. I had a um I'm also treating it as like another Switch. So like we're getting to the point where like I have the two Switches.
I already have 4.
I have one of mine that I'm using, right? And then I have my
Yeah,
original Switch. But now like the original Switch is the one the kids use, and now they're kind of fighting over who gets to use it at the same time. So
yeah,
I think like this my OLED will go to my oldest and the original will go to the youngest, and then I'll get the Switch 2 and then we can still all play together. So I'm not like loaded
yeah.
up on so many Switches I don't know what to do with them all. So I'm just kind of
I,
upgrading. And then the games that I play will work better on Switch too. And I like the mouse option. I mean, I could do it on the computer, I guess, but I play way more games on Switch than I play anywhere else. So
mm, I almost never put a Switch, but if I do, it's usually a Mario game, right?
yeah. And that's the thing is I know I'm gonna be wanting to play all the Mario games, and my kids, especially my oldest, is really gonna want to play all the Mario games.
So
So
expensive. I can't even justify buying Mario Party Jamboree, but we want to play it.
yeah,
But it's like $80.
yeah. And you see the new prices of the new games? They're $100.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
ridiculous.
I'm not. If I had to Switch 2, I wouldn't buy any games for it because I'm
Yeah.
too cheap. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
100,
I I
115 if you're Canadian,
I agree that it's ridiculous. No, I $100 Canadian. Like Mario Kart,
plus
not
tax. Yeah.
Mario Kart World or whatever it
Yes.
is that's like 107 or something like that. Like it's expensive, but everything else is like the Donkey Kong Bonanza is 99.
Yeah, but plus tax.
Yeah, I guess.
So it's going to be,
Yeah,
yeah, 15% tax for anybody who doesn't know.
yeah.
Here in Ontario,
13%.
sorry, 13%. Yes, it went down years ago. Yeah. Hmm.
I
Sorry, Charlie had
agree.
said 115, but that's because it's 102 plus or 100 and whatever plus tax. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I agree it is ridiculous, it is expensive, and I probably don't need it. But at the
Mario
same
Kart
time,
World's digital
yeah,
109.99. Physical 109.99.
yeah. And I would just get the bundle at that point. It's actually cheaper in the bundle. So,
That's how they get you.
that's how they get you. So, we shall see.
No, sir, I don't need it.
You say.
$699 for the bundle.
Yeah. I mean,
I
I
did
could
just
use
see
that
a
money
Switch
in
OLED on Facebook Marketplace posted today for 290 or 250. I was
yeah.
like, maybe. And then I'm like, wait, there's gonna be a ton posted. That one came
Yeah.
with one game. I'm like, come on, man. They had like 12 games in the picture. I'm like, just throw them all in.
Yeah. Man, the more I think about it, like, still, I got a great deal on that Zelda Switch.
Mhm, mhm.
$400,
I'm jealous. Yep.
and I already sold that Pokemon Let's Go Eevee for 150 at Toronto, so that brought it down to 350,
Mm,
and then sold the, Smash Bros. For
yep.
50.
Lots of Nintendo Switches for sale.
Yeah, everyone's
Oh,
trying to
somebody selling Nintendo Switch 2 Mario World bundle. Best offer over $900. Yep.
Speaking of deals, I scored a huge. This will be our last segment. Then we could probably shut her down. It's midnight.
Election's still going.
I know. Um, this popped up. This deal, Switch deal popped up, and I saw it within like 3 minutes, which is very rare for me to see something that early and be able to get it. But these games all popped up, and it was one was $10 and the rest were $20. So I was like, okay, I will do that. And then on the way there, I said, hey, you got anything else? And he had another game he went a little bit more
Mm,
for, but I got it as well. So this was a game he marked. Didn't really want this one, but because I was my pitch was I'll buy all of them.
okay, yeah.
It secured the deal. So this is the one that I got for $10. Star Wars
Okay.
Jedi Knight trilogy
A
or Jedi Knight
collection.
collection. So it's got Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast, and Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. $10. How are you running totals?
I'm not in totals?
Are you running totals?
No.
You don't have to. I'm just
No, I was looking at a Nintendo Switch OLED limited edition Pokemon one on
Oh, okay,
Space
fair.
Marketplace for $300. And I'm like, my son would really like that.
Yeah, yep. Okay, then the rest were $20. This one is a great deal. Super Mario 3D World Bowser's Fury
Okay.
for $20. Like these
Yeah.
things again, this is still selling for 50. So for now.
Well, and maybe the $10 upgrade option, if it's on that one, would help it sell for Switch
Yeah,
2 people as
probably
well.
for sure. Mario Odyssey, $20.
Game.
Mario Bros. Wonder, $20.
Huh.
And then on the way there, I said, "You got anything else?" He's like, "Oh, I have all the Pokemon games, but I'm keeping them." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, let me know." And then he said, "Actually, I have Pokemon Legends Arceus."
Yep.
He's like, "I would sell that one, but I would want." He said, "I'd want a little bit more. I would want 30 for it." And I said, "I'll take it." So $100 for 5 games basically equals out to $20 a game. I think I scored. So all the other ones, I'm only keeping Pokemon Legends Arceus because I think my oldest will want to play it eventually.
Yeah, it's probably a decent one for a kid
Yeah.
because
So
it's
the rest of these
simplifies things a bit.
I will sell and still make my money back plus.
Yeah, as opposed to this ad where the games are $60 each.
Exactly. See what I mean? Like this Mario stuff
And
is
Legends
ridiculous.
Arceus is there, Pokemon Sword, Zelda,
Yeah.
Zelda, Zelda, Pearl. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean I could even use these as trade. Like Mario Bros. Wonder for sure I could trade for something else. I have my nephew, I just bought him 3D World for Christmas. So I'm waiting for him to beat that one. I might just hold on to Odyssey and give that to him when he's beaten 3D World.
Hmm. Mhm.
That'll save me $80, $60. So cool. Anything else?
No, not unless you want to do ChatGPT. But
Listen, it's late. I gotta get up in 6 hours.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening. Another month in the books.
I passed over 800 subscribers on YouTube.
Wow, look at you go.
Yeah. It's 16 now. That is it.
That is it. Well done. I haven't checked my subscriber count, but it doesn't really matter.
Now it's
Not a competition.
competition.
It's not a competition.
No, I said now it is a competition.
Oh, now it is. Okay, sorry.
Yes.
Alrighty. Well, thank you all for listening, and we shall see you all in. Wait, it's May. May. Sorry, this
Yeah.
is May 1st. I always forget what month we're recording for.
Yep.
We'll see you all in June, my birth month, and I expect happy birthdays from everyone next month. If you don't know when my birthday is, then you're not really your friend.
So I need to go check it to see if I have it saved. Pretty sure I do.
All right. See
All
y'all
right.
later.
Bye.